that was what it was. It was Dungeon Fog. That was one of them, and they're free. Dungeon Draft is what I actually got it confused with, but Dungeon Fog is the one that I'm thinking of.
Dungeon Draft is what I typically use for dungeon maps. I use it as well as Wonder Draft, which is what I use what I made the world map with.
Me just holding my incarnate.
Dungeon Fog. There we go. It looks all right.
It seems pretty streamlined. I've only used it once, and it was a long time ago when I was messing around with my World Anvil stuff. And I never ended up getting too far with it. But yeah, I believe that there's a free version, and the really only difference is that you're limited to how many maps you can make, but you can always delete them and then just make more.
I mean, Roll20 isn't much better. There is both a file size limit as well as a storage space limit unless you go premium.
Hey, Matt, isn't there like a few things you want to change with the Genesis Anvil thing?
Oh, the Genesis World Anvil thing? Yeah, but I actually have to get into it, and with everything kicking off with production getting more and more, I have not even touched it at this point.
Well. Oh boy. Oh man, production. When's the release date?
We're actually shooting to have a demo out by the end of the year. Our dev team is pretty good. We have some people who are interested in voice acting. We have a pixel artist and animator as well on board, and we're currently working out some gameplay stuff. And everything that we've been looking at has been surprisingly easy, according to my producer who's been working on it. He's like, wow, I thought this was going to be difficult, and it's not. So, yeah, soon, hopefully.
Nice. I'm looking forward to when that starts getting kicked off in earnest.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm scared, but
of course
it'll
you
be
are.
a good
It's like that with any big project you try to kick off, even small ones. Honestly, it's if it's something important to you, it's always going to make you trepidatious. But don't worry, you'll do fine.
He's shitting his pants right now. Don't scare him anymore.
No, I totally agree. I know it's gonna be all right.
Fucking the gotcha game, though. God damn it, Matt.
Okay.
Is there gacha?
You know, funny enough, no, there's no gotcha. We were talking about doing it kind of in a way. Oh, my bad. 1 second. Sorry, my fiance's doing something at the same time on my laptop, and I have my shift key here. Let me just.
My tablet is broke.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart it. Then I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright.
Here we go.
Gotcha,
So yeah,
gotcha.
yeah, no, we talked about the idea of in the actual main game doing like a battle tower thing, where it's just like 100 floors of PvE battles, and then my producer's like, you know, that could really open up a door for like a multiplayer thing, and I went, now here's the problem: if you play through the entire story mode, you unlock every single character, and then you go through this entire battle tower and you unlock the secret characters, and then we add in a multiplayer that is gacha locked, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. So I told them, like, if we're going to do that and we're going to look into a gacha type game, what we need to do is make a separate game if the first game goes and kicks off, and it's
okay. So first release a PvE version and then release a free PvP version, or
yeah, kind of in that sense. Just a free. Oh my god, that looks like destructive to my organs. Sorry, I'm looking at Wendy's online. But yeah, no, that's
I tried one Baconator while I was in Florida. Oh my god, how do people stomach that shit?
I don't know. But what I can tell you is that you're right there, Rami. It's gonna. We're thinking about making, if, like I said, if the first game does well, and we have characters and everything, we were thinking of doing like a free game that would have PvP and then also have like PvE gauntlets and whatnot and events and stuff, but nothing that would cost anything, because the biggest issue that I have with a lot of gacha games is how much of a money sink they can be, and admittedly that's kind of how gacha games are meant to be.
I mean, but, they're like the old-fashioned quarter muncher arcade machines. They are meant to eat through your money.
Yeah, and so I told them that, yeah, it's a good idea to start, but, you know, we should at least have the first game done that people are interested enough in to then actually even bother thinking about doing anything else.
The main issue I find, and the main issue I have with gacha games, is they prey on addictive personalities. I do not believe that a game, like, even if it's hard work and art done by the artist, they're still getting paid by the company in question. So needing to pay effectively quadruple the price of a AAA game to get the chance of having a having full potential of a character unlocked. I'm talking about things like ascensions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like getting dupes and using those to improve characters in like FGO and stuff like that. Like forget about the fact that FGO doesn't have things like a pity system, or they had something that they got in recently, but it's only for the main banner. And it's still ridiculously high, and it's expensive, and a game should not require quadruple the price of a AAA game to have a chance at unlocking the full potential of a single character. And then there's the rest of the cast to be concerned with. It's just...
It's predatory.
It is incredibly predatory, and that's why I have some gacha games I play, and I have spent some money on them, and I have very much regretted it. Because it's never satisfying. You get a JPEG out of it.
Yeah, it's like a chance of getting an NFT that isn't even yours.
Yeah, the NFTs aren't yours anyway. You get the difference is owning temporarily an image or temporarily owning a browser link.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that too. We were talking about it, and it was like, I felt bad because as much as I love gacha games in the sense that, of course, they're satisfying. It's like, oh, I finally got it, and then you remember, oh yeah, I spent $100.
Not even that. If you play something like FGO, that you're paying something like, they don't even like some gacha games have like a cap on how much you can spend per month. Things like what is it called again? What's that new one where with the
Arc Knights?
Not Arc Knights. Blue something. Blue.
Grand Blue?
No, not Grand Blue.
I know what you're talking about, though. I can't think of its name either.
It's a really cute one, very chippy. It's about a bunch of girls with halos at school. Anyway, that one has a limit to how much pyroxene, I think it's called, that you can buy per month. FGO, which has been one of the ones that's longest in the game and the most successful, bar none. That has no cap on that, and that's part of why they're so successful. Is because they keep preying on that. They have no pity system. And in the end, someone can pay $300 fucking dollars and still not have what they want out of the game.
Yep. When I first played Fate Grand Order, I've always had a lot of good luck with gacha games, and when the English release came over for the global release, I should say.
I still have. Side note, I still have to go out of my way and download the APK from side sites. The English version is not available in Europe, despite being labeled English. It's only available in the US.
That's ridiculous, because that's kind of what happened with my fiance and I. Used to play the Dragon Quest gacha game, and that one was fantastic. I loved it, though. It was actually the only gacha game that I appreciated because it was still a full RPG. You rolled gacha on gear, and really all it did was give you different, there were items and abilities and whatnot. And honestly, that game ate my money. I loved that game, and I never
love Dragon Quest so much. That would have sucked so much money on my wallet. I love Dragon Quest.
My fiance and I were, when we were even just first starting dating, some of our first things that we would do was just call each other and play that game for hours on end. And it closed in the worldwide global servers, and it killed us. I was like, God damn it, I spent $400 on this game.
And you're never getting it back?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Mad. That is not just gacha, but that's one of the things I hate about online service games. It's like, They don't have any after afterlife plans, post shutdown. No offline version, though. I think the Kingdom Hearts gacha game is working on an offline version that you can play.
They are, but they're not. You're not allowed to play Union Cross anymore.
They said you only have your character you can customize with all the different outfits. Yeah,
you have all the customization with the different outfits. You can watch them in cutscenes, and there's Dark Road, which is going to be offline.
Yeah,
but that's also an issue I have with Sony. Sony is pretty much completely admitted to the fact that if you have a digital game and their service shuts down for that console, you no longer have that game.
Yeah.
So people who buy the fucking PS5 with no disc, it's over. You have nothing once that service shuts down.
I would like to own the games I buy, please. Also, hello Tia. Sorry for ignoring you. I got very enthralled in this conversation. Who was it? There was a Japanese businessman who predicted the fact that I think it was 10 years ago. He predicted that in the space of 5 years, the primary method of buying and downloading, or about buying and owning games would be online, downloaded. And I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. No, but not everybody can have the internet to support a system like that. But how? Go figure. We're almost completely digital nowadays.
Yeah,
And
indeed.
it's,
that's
I think the market's the worst for it.
yeah. I told my producer, and I was like, I would love the idea of a gacha game if we had good gameplay and it wasn't super predatory. Like if you played the game, you would be able to do it.
Yeah,
And
that's the reason. Like my friend is super into actually that's not my friend. My brother is super into FGO, and he's the one who got me into it. And he's like really into the characters and everything. But my main hang up is the fact that the gameplay is not engaging to me at all. The only thing that could draw me in is the characters and the art.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I got back into FGO because when it first released, there was one 5-star character that came out, and it was Vlad. And I loved Vlad. That was even before Apocrypha came out. And I was really excited, and he had like a 0.025% drop rate. It was probably even lower than that.
The drop
And,
rates in FGO are nuts, man.
Exactly, and that being the only 5-star, I was incredibly blessed on my very first pull. It was like my tutorial pull that I got in, and all my friends
Damn.
were pissed. And then I lost that account. I ended up going back later, and now my entire account is filled with these 5-star characters. And I only spent about $50 on that game, but I don't play it because you're right, it's just boring. I mean, you can build decks and teams, but it's like, all right.
The gameplay itself is just really not that engaging.
And
Anyway,
that's kind of where I can at least, we're off topic.
and it's now 8:30, which means we are now going to get started. So, all right.
Whoa.
Just one moment. I'm going to go throw on the fan because it is quite warm in here.
I am the fan. Hello.
Ah, yes, Jank. Lovely. Okay.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, just my character model janking out for a bit.
Ooh.
So we're missing 2 people on the row 20. We are missing both Matt,
Said Baba.
Matt and
Oh.
and Corbin.
Oh, it's
Corbin's
slowly
back?
loading for me.
Yeah. Corbin's in.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Now it's loading.
And now we just need Matt in here.
I am loading in as we speak.
Excellent.
Guys, you guys hear that? He's loading.
Ben Godden.
Oh, I was so confused. I was in a totally different game. I was like, where is everybody?
Where is
That,
it?
I've done that a few times.
Swap.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay. All right. So, last we left off. Give a rundown for for everybody here, since it has been a couple weeks. We had a couple cancellations. Also, to give some context, one of our players has had to drop as a result of real life issues, and the other is out because of real life one is out of the campaign permanently, or until a time where it becomes possible to rejoin. Who knows? And another one is gone for the day, sadly, because they got voluntold for something at the last minute. So, with me, I have my players playing Mallory, Isaki, Karia, and Dexter.
Yo.
Hello.
Last session, our group was teleported into the archipelago paradise of Haven, a turtle island culture that prizes leisure, good times, and good weather. They worship a series of 3 goddesses plus minor gods. Beautiful maidens known as the Wheelbringers, who they just so happen to drop in as the beginning of the Grand Wheel Festival happened. A festival dedicated to these 3 goddesses who keep the archipelago of Haven safe from the sea god's wrath. and make sure all weather around it is fair, not foul. The festival itself is one massive party spanning the archipelago, filled with revelry, drinking, partying, leisure, and complete lawlessness, because work is illegal, and that includes law enforcement. So the one thing keeping most people in check is just, why would you start a fuss? And also, there's no law enforcement stopping somebody from meaner than you caving your skull in if you start trouble.
Oh.
You want to see anarcho-capitalism? Welcome to it. So yes, our party dropped in after getting teleported out of a lich's vacation home here as a reward for a favor and service rendered. Immediately, they immediately met, or I suppose you could say were accosted by a group of 4 turtles who were totally radical, dude.
Yeah.
Chaw. And we're then immediately dragged off to join the revelry, to which they had some fun, had some alcohol, some handled it well, some not so much. Yeah. After that, much talk was had, lore was dumped, murder was had, or committed, I should say. Some leads were picked up by some characters. Miar, for his part, managed to catch a lead on possibly where the light might be, and has, as such, over the course of the last day, made preparations and left the island in search of it. The rest of the group, however, Karya, as I understand it, is really not enjoying his time here.
He is still slightly angry.
Yeah. Has had a nice heart-to-heart with their robot friend Coral. Yeah, Coral the Aquaforged. Coral Eve. I hear something buzzing in the background.
Somebody turned into a fly.
Someone's going with a lawnmower.
That might be me. Hold on.
Whoa. Anyway, so... Right. The... Yes. Revelry was had. They had a nice talk with the turtles. Karya got drunk, passed out after his first drink. Miar made some friends in the form of other catfolk, bigger, fuzzier, meaner ones, who he then proved he could thoroughly outkill by shattering one skull with a single strike from his quarterstaff, or the broom handle he took off of Isaki, who was doing janitor work at the bar they were in. Fight ensued. The pirates that had been pissed off were very quickly dealt with in a brutal fashion. And no recompense was had because, again, no law enforcement. And nobody disagreed with what happened with these guys because they were pirates. Nobody liked them. After that, the bodies were disposed of in the ritual burial ground, otherwise known as the shark pit, because they're sharks and they eat the bodies. After which, the friend Koro and Karya went off on a little walk, which Karya vented to their metallic friend, and the rest of the group was left to their own devices. We resume a day later, after they've had a little bit of time to rest, think about what happened, and are now left with the issue of how long do they want to stay here? Do they want to stay here? And if not, how to get the hell off the island? Which I say, first of all, good job, Mallory. You rolled both a 1 and a 20 at the same time.
Very nice.
That's a great way to start things off. That's not an omen at all.
I am the beginning and the end.
Alpha and Omega.
Yes.
And I am the storm that is approaching. Right. How to start this off. I'd say the morning breaks. Waking up, really not that different from being awake last night, as there is still drinking, still cheering, still music, still dancing, the rhythmic thumping of feet on floorboards, the smell of booze mixing with the smell of salt water on the air. Yep. Yeah, you're still in Haven. And it sounds like the party just
Oh.
keeps on going. Let's start from left to right. Isaki, how are you starting your day?
Oh fuck! I didn't think you were gonna come to me because the buzzing's
Good.
still going on. You want to start on the other end until the buzzing stops? There's construction going on here.
Well, if it stops, but sure. Let's start on the other end. Karia,
Yeah.
since you're the one currently going through the most emotional turmoil, how was your morning?
I presume that our friend Coral is probably stuck around with me.
As long as you'll have him.
Yeah. Karya probably went out towards some of the more wild quote unquote areas in this island paradise after his little debacle with Vair, and made camp that prior night and did some quick light hunting. And the morning he would do the same as per usual, though of course asking if Coral was hungry, he would also make more, and then also realizing that he might not even have a stomach. So just as he usually would, simply just going and making sure that everyone that was around him was fed.
Well, the islands don't really have much in the way of wild game. There is, however, a abundance of fish in the water, and using your spears, you can most certainly spearfish for a little bit of breakfast.
That's perfect. I'll also have Vair help me and just send him into the ocean.
To which you just have this this serpentine feline. I suppose he's a little bit chunkier than your typical deep dragon, since he is currently in a drake form. But yeah, no, like a purple missile. He dives headfirst into the water and emerges with a mahi plant between his jaws.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, mahi.
Oh, good.
Which should be enough to feed the both of you for now. Vair himself does not need to eat much, though he can still do so for the enjoyment of such. And Coral politely abstains, saying that my viewport does not require sustenance.
Oh, yes, I see. That makes sense. A port induction node and all that.
Mm-hmm. So yes, that is how Karya starts off his morning. After you're finished with breakfast, do you go seeking out the others, or do you just, what would you like to do?
Yeah, after a little bit, he's just kind of going to return to Coral and go, listen, my friend, thank you for the company. I've had a lot of time to clear my head.
Lovely.
You are welcome. Yeah, you're welcome to stay as well. I mean, I do have to admit that it's nice to have company as of late. So, I think I need to go talk to the rest of my companions, and by all means, you're welcome to follow again.
It was a pleasure. You are obviously in need of someone to speak to, and I was glad to lend a proverbial ear to you. Now, yes, I think I would like to accompany you. You seem to live in interesting times.
Well, then, I hope it doesn't get too interesting. But, yeah, well, that's good then. Okay, Coral. Then, let's go try find the others. And Karya will head into town.
Coral will stand at full height and follow after you as you lead. So yes, next on the line, Dexter. How are you starting your morning?
Would we be hungover at all from the day before, or?
That's a good question. Part of me wants to put to a roll, but no, the other part of me says if you were drinking last night, you probably have a hangover.
Okay, I was, so yeah, probably. How bad would the hangover be?
How much were you drinking?
I think he only had about one or two.
In that case, it would just be a light thumping and a headache.
All right.
Probably something that's not too hard for an alchemist to solve, considering you also dosed Karya with a hangover cure last time.
Could I try to dose myself with
Yeah.
one as well?
Absolutely. I'm not even gonna ask for a roll. You just bleary-eyed and dry mouthed. You just kind of crawl your way out of your bed.
Mhm.
Go down the. Let's say you're like in an inn or something. You go down the stairs to the bar, grab some of the same ingredients you used last time, and just throw it all into like one. I want to say like a mortar or something.
Mhm.
Smash it all together, dilute it with alcohol, with hair of the dog. Mix that and just down it, grimace at the taste, and then
Mhm.
yeah, you're sober, and you're also feeling that headache recede.
Mhm.
After that, just drink a bunch of water, and you're feeling less crappy. Still not good, but you will recover slowly.
Slowly but surely.
Mhm.
How does the bar look compared to last night?
Well, it looked better.
Mm-hmm.
It was less messy. There are quite a few people just passed out in the midst of partying. Some of them are also waking back up, immediately grabbing a drink and getting back to the party. Others are retreating up the stairs, cradling their heads. Yeah, there's this mix of those who are regretful and those who are remorseless as they throw themselves back into the festive fray. It's quieter, a little bit, but there's still the sound of dancing and music and the smell of booze on the air.
I'll head outside.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, the horizon is lit with ships that have like lanterns hanging from their masts. There's entire crews dancing on the decks of large ships. Barrels being brought out, being drawn from for drinks. The village itself is a series of boardwalks over both water and sand. That's kind of like these boardwalks that are connecting very small islands together. That it's like the city itself is mostly just a series of bridges and planks, and then houses that they are connected by. And yeah, there's people going to and from, most carrying drinks, others likewise cradling their heads. Some are just kind of throwing themselves into the seawater to wake themselves up or to sober up. Others are more aquatic species who just do so as a matter of course. They need to swim from island to island, where others might have to otherwise cross using more dry methods.
Mm-hmm.
The town is still a bustle, though the skyline, the horizon is red with the rising dawn.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll just sit and watch the sun rise.
Nice. You just take a seat. You just like cross-legged, dangling your feet off the pier.
I'll dangle off the pier.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Right. Next up, Mallory.
I.
The unsupervised miner.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, Mallory starts his day by waking up in are there any I'm gonna guess there definitely are inns, so he's gonna wake up at an inn.
Oh yeah, there's some of the few businesses that are still properly running.
Oh good. Didn't want him to be homeless again.
No, you guys are still homeless. You don't actually own any homes.
Oh right, yeah.
You guys are D&D adventurers. Nobody buys property in 5th edition.
You know, I actually bought the Matthew Colville Stronghold system for 5th edition because I missed it in 2nd edition. So we could do that. I'll share the PDFs with everybody.
Oh, that'd be nice.
My players actually just pulled a Vox Machina and won a house.
Huh.
For the king. Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, so continuing, Mallory. You said you're staying at an inn.
He's staying at an inn and woke up at a pretty pretty reasonable hour. He just collected himself, cleaned up, went downstairs to get a small bite-sized breakfast.
Yeah. There's a lot of adults here who are just kind of wobbling back and forth, unsteady on their feet. Like wobbling back and forth, unsteady on their feet, some clutching their heads, some doubting more of that Bernie stuff. And there's also you can also sometimes every now and then hear the familiar sound of someone clearing their stomach. Because, you know.
He scrunches up his nose and mumbles, "Ugh, I don't understand why adults drink those awful smelling drinks. It's much easier to drink juice that's not rotten."
A pragmatic outlook, to which the voice in your head says, "Yes, you're better off keeping away from those drinks. It's not good for you. It's poison."
I could have guessed. I mean, from the reaction of some of the people, doesn't seem like a good time. He would then move over to the bar and request a small breakfast, something light, something cheap.
Okay. Your request will be met with just a fried fish, just served up on a plate.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. It's just a fried fish on a skewer, so you just have at it.
Yeah.
So I just have the mental image of Mallory just picking this up and just savaging it.
Just goes.
Exactly. You know, eating like somebody who was raised in a basement, because you were.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Mallory's morning started. After you had dinner, or after you had breakfast and like a cup of water or something just to go with it, you would then see Dexter sat outside on the on the path just outside of the inn, just kind of dangling his legs over the edge.
And I'd like to walk over to him, of course.
Yes, like a normal person. Act natural.
Oh no.
Yes, Corbin. There's the soft patter of small feet behind you.
Mm-hmm. I'll turn to look.
Yep. It's the strange child.
Come to watch the sunrise too?
I think I woke up too early, but sure, it seems like a nice little thing to do.
Sometimes early is nice. You get a little peace of quiet.
I like peace and quiet. Sometimes there's too much of it, though.
Mallory, you feel a sort of almost like a warm hug on your shoulders.
Thank you, Emily.
As for Corbin, there's this sort of like, you get the impression somewhere in the back of your head of like a child kicking the back of your seat. Someone's bored.
What do you do? I'm assuming somebody is very bored. What is it you want to do?
Me?
No, apologies.
Like, there's all this partying and drinking going on. We're sitting here watching the sun. Who likes the sun? You look at the sun, you go blind.
I just drink last night.
Yeah, now we're awake again. Look at these people. It doesn't stop them.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Not with that attitude.
I'd rather not kill my liver.
Now we can always just make a new one. You know we could do that, right? You can make a whole heart. Hell,
No.
if you really put yourself to it, you can make a whole person.
I know.
Now the soul, that's the tricky part. We can work on that. My master made me, after all.
That's true.
And it's just kind of the voice again recedes to the back of your consciousness, and there's again this slightly less insistent. There's still that feeling of just boredom, barely restrained.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, return to put the volume up again. Meanwhile, Isaki has the buzzing stopped.
Yes, it has.
Finally.
Wow, I see how it is. Okay.
No, it's not you, it's your neighbors.
No, it's actually probably was me mother because she was remaking the whole fucking house.
Spring remodeling. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is Isaki
yeah.
doing on this fine morning?
Well, I'm pretty sure Isaki is probably like maybe somewhere if there's even hills here, like somewhere like not close to the ocean, sort of doing a daily like morning ritual essentially of the religious sort. Sort has some incenses burning while eating a little bit of breakfast that he has packed. That's probably what he's doing right now.
Okay.
But considering this is the island, the beach is everywhere, so I don't think he can escape it. So he's just kind of, but yeah, he's currently conducting a sort of a morning ritual, just as he does usually.
Okie dokie. Right. After that, you leave your room, descend down the stairs, and I suppose you also seek breakfast.
Yeah, or I was, I'll deal with. Sure, I'll get some breakfast here. Not consume a ration.
Well, the rations are not proper food, or at least not like a properly cooked meal. Rations are things that are stored for meant to be kept for a long time, and as a result, don't tend to taste terribly good. They're generally speaking something used for when you're on the road, or if you have no other options, or if the food you're in the present area is just that inedible. So yeah, it makes sense to get a proper meal. Besides which, rations can get terribly blech after a while. Speaking from personal experience.
I don't know about you, Chief. This shit tastes good.
Man, MREs are a crapshoot. Anyway, so, right. So you come down, you have some breakfast, a little blast from the past back home. You're also presented with a breakfast of fried fish. Well,
it's from the joking.
Yeah, less actually. I suppose less fried, more grilled.
Okay.
So it's skewered, grilled, and then just thrown on a plate. Easy to make.
Hell yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll nom on that shit.
Excellent.
After that, I guess I'll do what everyone else is doing, and look for the others.
Yep. As soon as you because the front door isn't exactly big or it's just like one of those swing doors that only takes up that like blocks your torso area. And it's one of those swinging saloon doors almost. So just looking out as it opens intermittently of people coming in and out of the inn, you see Mallory and Dexter sat on the path outside, or on the deck outside, watching the sunrise.
My child self is telling me to push him in, push him in, push him in, push him in, but I'm not gonna push him in. But you know, like a normal person, Isaki will just, you know, walk up to him and say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" or say, "Well, good morning to you lot." And I guess he's gonna sit down cross-legged, right beside the two.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yes, and now there is a strange elf with toofs sat next to you two.
With teethies.
TVs. Yes. So there's the three of you sat down. There is, however, the notable absence of Karya, who went off on his own yesterday. Miara, who left you guys with a goodbye and the sentiment that he found a lead on something important to him and he had to go. So he's off pursuing his destiny.
We still cry to this day.
Yes, and Lemusi, it's tragic. And Lemusi, who you have no idea where he is.
Where the fuck did? Do you even know where Lemusi went? We just hear like yelling in like a barrel and out at sea. No,
Just barrel bobbling along on the ocean waves, screaming.
Yeah.
No.
Left a pickle in his own juices. Anyway, and that is right about when Karya comes along with Coral behind him. As Karya, you see the three of them sitting there watching the sunrise.
Well, I guess everybody's taking it all in. Very nice. Hi. He never pulled Vair back, by the way. He's still just got his fucking big old dragon walking around with him.
Okay, so yeah, it's Karya with 2 +1s. That being the the mechanized individual you met yesterday, Coral, and this sort of squat, purple, like slender, draconic creature without wings.
Yeah, no wings yet.
Yeah, without wings. But yes, he's trailing those two behind him.
Well, I guess everybody's kind of doing their own thing then. Glad to see you're all alive and not vomiting like seemingly most of the population right now.
Good
Who
thing
says I'm alive?
It's a good thing there's an ocean current.
Do you want to join us?
Well, I got not much else to do. May as well. Karya will just kind of come on down and plop on next to them right on the deck. I'm assuming they're all sitting down or of some kind,
Yep.
just kind of watching. Yeah. So he'll plop on down, and presumably Vair will just kind of follow along and kind of curl up giant cat style, and just kind of rest his head on his leg.
Yeah. So you're curled up. With that, Vair just kind of curls up, puts his head on your lap, and Coral, for his part, sees you, sort of cants his head to the side and just says, "I think I'd like to imitate this." As he then tromps over and then takes a seat next to you on the end of the line. Karya.
This is what I believe is called enjoying the moment, Coral. I don't know. That's what they tell me. I think
that's what they tell me.
I enjoy many moments, but this, I think, I am enjoying quite a bit.
Right, you like live underwater, don't you?
I do not see the sun very much.
Can we hear the lizard talking?
No, it's not Vair. It's Coral.
Oh, that was my ear talking. I was like, oh, never mind. Ignore me.
You know, even then, Vair, I guess Vair can communicate, but it's only in Draconic.
Yep.
Fire, tell me about the weather.
No. What do you call it? Draconic is a mix of like snake hisses, and like it's like snake sounds like crocodile hisses and huffs and chuffs,
That's fair.
as well as like the occasional like trill. Yeah, it's what do you call it? It's almost kind of like guttural or it's very hissy language.
I used to be able to do a good one, but I just attempted to do it and I felt my throat just clench, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that might be like above or below your register at the moment. The problem with age, I used to be able to do some good high pitch impressions, but not anymore.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, bruh. Sure.
I won't be able to for long.
That's fair.
Mm.
At this point, with kind of the silence of the morning kind of taking in, Kari's kind of going to lean over and look over at everyone else and go, so about yesterday, sorry about, I don't know, getting up on my high horse or dragon, I guess. I don't know. I'm not. I've kind of been surrounded by death my whole life, and I thought that leaving home at the very least, I'd try my best to keep that part back there too. But I don't know. Maybe they were right yesterday. Maybe I have an outlook a little too narrow-minded in a sense. I don't know, but I'm sorry regardless.
It's fine. You don't need to apologize.
I mean, I don't see any use in apologizing for beliefs unless the beliefs were really controversial, which in your case it isn't exactly. So I don't see any point.
Yeah, I don't think don't kill anybody seems too bad, but apparently it is.
I might have gone a little too far.
I mean, depending on the situation, I suppose it's complicated, and I don't want to go into ethical dilemmas. I wasn't trained to be a philosopher.
But they said that they were gonna kill us, so what's wrong with killing them before they do that to us?
Well, Kara will kind of pause for a minute, and
Actually, here's a quick question,
yeah,
Rami.
Yes.
Who swung first? Technically, who initiated that
Who
fight?
did technically?
technically, I think it was.
It was the lion folk.
Yeah, I know.
However,
they
they swung first with not like non-lethal intent. Technically
Oh.
speaking, Corbin swung with a knife.
Yes, I did swing with a knife.
Which, as for a scared child in a bar, that makes sense.
Corbin swung first. It wasn't.
Oh, my bad, not Mallory.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Corbin is a full-grown adult. He does not get to run away from the consequences of his actions.
That is true.
I don't care what's telling you to kill people. That's not you. Dave, I can change him. This isn't you.
Stop. Kari will kind of at that moment go, to Mallory's comment, and just kind of go, yeah, I mean, you see, I used to think that way. When I first I left home, there were a lot of people after a lot of different things, and my first instinct was just by any means, but it's easy to forget that everyone's people. I guess is your closest friends may be nothing to another person, and if we subject ourselves to taking a life so carelessly, then what's to stop someone else from doing the same to the people we love? I guess I don't have many people like that, but I don't know. I've seen it, and I just care not to follow the cycle, and I suppose that's what my credo has been since I left.
Oh, okay. Um,
Coral nods and says,
thanks,
"You've been thinking
guys.
very hard about this." Sorry, what was Mallory about to say? Sorry, I overspoke you.
No worries. I was still trying to figure out what I was gonna say. Oh, that is true that your loved ones can be taken away from you, but it's I think that that can happen at any time, no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if it happens because of something you did, or because of some accident, or because of something that's entirely out of your control. It, it always happens. It doesn't matter.
I I I know, but uh, I think the biggest problem with it all, for me at least, is you're right. There's nothing stopping from taking the people who I care about away, and that is the nature of the world. But I guess it shouldn't be. And I guess if I can be just one cog in the machine of going the opposite direction of that, I'll take a few lumps and beatings. Trust me, I've got my fair share. And if I am to do right by the people who, well, I guess died for me to live, then I may as well try. So it's not worth an argument now. The what's done is done, and I can only look forward. But I will say that in the short time that we've known each other, um, of all the people I've known, you guys are I guess, the least willing to jump right to violence, and I'm sure I will still have some doubts when I may need to, and there may be times where I end up in a bad situation for my beliefs, but I'm still willing to do that. But if you'll still have me, I think that this little band of ours has already started some grand adventure. I'm willing to try and see it through wherever it may take us.
I think that I'll stick with you guys too. You're a lot better than anyone else. I could have probably ended up with that. Probably would have left me behind. Plus, Emily seems to like you.
Right, Emily. That's correct. I forgot about her. Um, Oh, I never properly introduced. You actually are all taking this rather well. Most people try to attack me or attack my brother here, but this is Vair, uh, and he will point to the large dragon cat on his lap.
You two look nothing alike.
Um, well,
Dragons are shapeshifters, correct?
yes, and some are, from what I've learned. Uh, Many dragons are skilled in many different things, and I am not blessed with their uh, more acute abilities, being a halfling. But Vair and I are the only ones who ever made it out, and so as a half blood, as I am, and Vair being an innocent, I took it upon myself to raise him as best I could, and he he's been a good friend to me. In fact, my only friend for a long time. Hello.
No, me.
I live.
Welcome.
I believe that I have been many places in my journeys for knowledge. I have met many people, I have seen many cultures, and I have learned every language that I could along the way. I believe that despite some ideological differences between each of you, I think there is great potential for all of you. I don't believe you each need to agree on anything. I think you all simply need to stick together. I think you are all, if speaking to Karya here has been any indication, in need of people to lean on. And I think you can supply that for each other. Additionally, I do not believe this place is healthy for Karya to remain in for much longer. I suggest securing a means of transport off of the island relatively soon, as I saw him flinch on the way back here when he saw the inn.
Why are you that perceptive, Coral?
I have one very large eye.
That is fair. That's a good point, actually.
I shall, if you will have me, I would like to observe you all and catalog your journey. However long you might have me.
Did we get an NPC follower?
If you want it.
Well, I don't know about the rest of my friends, but you've already been a plenty good companion to me already, Coral, and I see no means of, I suppose, throwing you back to the ocean anytime soon.
Could you re-describe Coral to me, please?
I appreciate not being thrown into the ocean. It has happened a few times before. It is unpleasant. No,
Wait, so you also hate the ocean?
Yeah, it has been... I quite like the ocean, actually. I was purpose-built to traverse it. I will say, though...
He's like, aww.
I will say, though... shit, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I will say, this exchange between you and I has not been wholly simply to no benefit to me. You are one more story I can catalog, archive, and relate to my peers back home. I think it will be an informative one. To re-describe Coral, I believe I had the image, but I deleted it from the Roll20 because space issues. But recently, I did also get some character art done of him.
Oh shit.
I won it as part of a raffle, so it's not that amazing, though it's still pretty lucky on my part. Done by the wonderful artist and TTRPG open living world co-creator Wanderpuss. She also known as Nika. She does great art, and she is like the main and pretty much only artist working on that whole HTML Wanderpuss game. The actual GM is Alan, who runs the whole thing. And oh my god, does he... that game is supposed to pick up sometime like next month, I think. It keeps shifting. He said it was going to start sometime in March, but it still hasn't yet.
I understand that feeling, though.
But yeah, they have this humongous community, and the game itself is something like more than 100 people strong. I just recently joined it. But yeah, I just do a handout, and then I drop the art in, make available as Coral. I drop that in all players' journals.
Oh, I fucking loved that.
Serious. I adore him even more now.
Yes,
he's French shaped.
Yeah, Coral. Yeah, he put that little smiley on his face himself to make himself more relatable and easier to approach for non-organics for organics. It's no small secret. This is the character I intend to play in her game. It's a small,
so you're
small self-insert.
That's adorable.
And there, put him in a folder.
What class is this boy gonna be in that game?
Oh well, in that game it runs off of the quest system, and I did not do that on purpose. The system is called Quest, And it has a series of classes. One of them, which weirdly enough lines up with D&D, he's a wizard, but he's what is called a wordsmith, which is someone who takes literal words on paper, smashes them together to make portmanteaus and puns that then actualize into magic. So, for instance, he takes the word knock written on a piece of paper, throws it on the ground, knock down, creates a shock wave that knocks people to the ground.
Ooh.
Wait, what system is this called?
Quest.
Is this the one you're working on? Because I
No.
originally
This is a different one.
Oh, I thought this was the fucking system that you were working on. I was like,
Oh no, I'm working on
progress.
mine. Mine's completely different. It's a what do you call it? It's a super game, one of those superpower games, but it's
that
also
sounds real.
a completely different vein. It is like basically
Didn't you say it was like similar to World of Darkness?
it rips off the and I unashamedly it rips off the dot system for it. But that is neither here nor there.
You didn't hear it here, kid.
I am not here to plug my my homebrew system that is, or like my personal venture at making a TTRPG. I'm here to play D&D with you guys.
Randy, king of the ripoffs.
Mhm.
Joking.
Well, like the system itself does rip off a bunch of mechanics from a bunch of different games, and it's
Which is
not
how the best
it
are
is-
made.
bald-faced, unashamed.
Mhm.
What do you say, Matt?
I said, and that is how the best ones are made.
Exactly, because good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Yeah.
Right. So
But he looks like a big daddy that isn't gonna drill you in half. He looks friendly. So
that's
I like
part
it.
of his
A big daddy
inspiration.
drilling you, huh?
That's part of his inspiration.
Not gonna
I
fucking
showed you
kill
guys I showed you guys a reference image in the last session. Well, it's been a couple weeks. That Nika used as the reference to make, and then made it copyright friendly because it was from somebody else's art portfolio and from their custom made personal world. So we didn't want to cause like a copyright conflict with that, especially since it is a streamed game.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Back to the task at hand.
yeah, you guys have gotten a robot wizard observer. And yeah, you guys are free to continue watching the sunset or talk or
Wait.
pursue goals.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sorry, sunrise. What am I talking
Oh,
about?
it's like what the fuck did we
It has been 16 hours. You just sit here.
we all fucking slumped. We all
It's
went-
it's
Yeah, we-
it's like
Everyone realized.
it's just like one of those like Elder Scrolls pause or like Bethesda like wait 12 hours, time moves on, but it's just your guy standing in the middle of the street, blank stare, like leering into the middle distance as everybody else passes around him.
Pupils and take your entire eye and just zoom back in. Ah, yes, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, all right, yes, we are where we want to
Bro,
be.
are you okay,
Yeah.
bro?
So yes, you're free to watch the sunrise, talk amongst yourselves, or pursue goals.
I
Two goals.
Well, I guess I should clarify that I am sorry that I have been a little untruthful to you all about a few things.
You killed someone, didn't you? Oh
I've
god.
killed a lot of people, but that's not important.
No, that's not the response I was expecting from you, Karia. But you know what? Part of it doesn't surprise me, considering it's gonna point to that giant spear on your back. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I made these.
You got two of them.
Yeah, I got
Wait,
two.
you made this?
Yeah, I when I first left the mountain, first couple people, as I said, I wasn't as I was a little careless and callous, and that got me a little hurt. And I realized that there may come a time where I cannot allow my pacifism to overtake my need for survival. And yeah, so these are made out of bones. I did
Hello.
but anyways, I have some, I guess, outstanding, not necessarily debts, but I guess there are people who are interested in the things that I have, um, primarily being Vair, and I'm not too, I'm not too eager to necessarily show him off unless the need arises, but he likes to stretch his non-existent wings, and so I feel as though I can be comfortable with sharing you to his existence, but I ask that as a form of trust, if we are to continue this partnership further, that don't mention him unless needed. His protection is solely my own, and I would never forgive myself if something happened to him.
Don't kill a lot of people and don't mention the dragon thing.
You are taking it very well. Most people, as I said, they immediately attack me, or him, or both.
Oh, you think I'm not gonna do that? Joking. Joking, Karia, joking.
That's not gonna be him. That's gonna be the issue. It's Vair when he takes your ankles off.
Anger. He is direwolf size, basically, at this point.
Medium size.
Yeah, medium size.
The direwolves are large, if I remember correctly. So yeah.
Oh,
It's
wait.
okay.
Yeah,
He's
Vair is the
French,
size. Vair is the size of a large dog.
A good old Scooby-Doo.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Where the fuck are you? God, so
Yeah, I would be down for a murder mystery. Oh, yeah, you're right. Direwolves are large. Anyways, that'll be full size by year.
Wait, fuck, they are? Shit.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I thought that they were on the far end of medium, but nevertheless, yeah. And on top of that, I'm not necessarily hurting for cash. And Kari will reach into his pack, and I believe, let me see. Oh yeah, he'll drop out a pretty hefty, with a thud, a coin purse containing 181 gold coins, and he'll kind of open it up and go, "If we need to get out of here, or we need to pay somebody, I'm willing to, I guess, share in some of the wealth I've accumulated, over the course of my journey."
So upon you doing this, like Isagi's like, no, Kari, you don't have to share any money with us. And he's gonna see how much money you have, and he's gonna be like, what?
Yeah,
the fuck?
all of you, this is more money used. Well, actually, no. Dexter would have seen this amount of money being thrown around purely in the form of university tuition. But not, like, university tuition would still number in, like, the thousands of gold. But this is still a hefty lump of money. 1 gold will usually do a single commoner for an entire year.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You had this around with you this whole entire time.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I really didn't know what to do with it until like about a month ago. I just
Where did you get all of it?
Honestly, that's fair. That's very fair.
Where did you get all of this?
Well, I came from a dragon's horde, and I had quite a bit lying around, and I took what I could, but I didn't really know what to grab. I mean, there was a lot of things in there. I mean, scary, shiny things, magic things, explodey things, and plenty of things that gave me the creeps. But there was a lot of that, and so I figured that if, aside from the talking weapons and the ominous whispers and the ancient books and the like, if there was one thing that seemed to hold the most precedence, it was all the shiny gold things. So I grabbed what I could, and I kind of made my way, and I had some odd jobs here and there. I worked with some privateers, is what they called themselves, and they had a good business of going on other people's ships and taking things. And I have always I got a decent cut of that, and then I got a little bit of gold from that job we did back there. So I've been holding on to this because I don't really need anything.
So for reference, Mallory, this means nothing to you. To Isaki, Karia just just admitted to working with something that your people back home bemoan slightly, in that, well, the dwarves of Yucatan have an issue or have a thing for shaking down ships that go through their waters if they don't particularly like who's flying what flag. And they call themselves privateers. And they don't cause the elf ships very much issue because of how big they are and just how much tackling one of those titans is an issue. Also, it would cause an international incident because generally speaking, the Okami elves are well regarded by people, despite being we call it, being a lesser known people. We'll still take the opportunity sometimes, but generally speaking, the dwarves don't trifle with you, except on a few occasions. It's just you guys are not soft targets. Dexter, you've heard about this. You know about the Yucatan elves because they are the Yucatan dwarves because they are a constant supply of much needed materials as well as luxury goods sometimes that come from the western half of the world. They're the ones who break open the frozen wall every spring or every summer and open up the trade routes and make a lot of stuff possible. A lot of trade specifically. They are, however, they are seen as a necessity, and their technological innovations have inspired many, many artificers and magical craftsmen and smiths with their works, because what they make is inspired and possibly centuries ahead of the current technological level. However, Karia just admitted to working with state-sponsored pirates. Do with that what you will. Continue.
So he admitted just to basically being a pirate. Okay, beautiful.
A state-sponsored one.
So a privateer?
Yeah. Some nations allow with like what are they called again? Something right. They allow like written permission sometimes for the odd vessel to sail and capture and return loot on behalf of the nation, purely off the books. Yucatan is one of the only known ones that have like most of like. Yucatan is one of the only ones that has a thriving privateer industry. And so when people say privateer, usually that means dwarves.
Okay, so Isaki's just gonna put his hands together and he's gonna be like, "So Karia."
I am back. My apologies. I got a phone
You're
call.
good.
I
But yeah,
did
he's
hear
good.
my name though. Did I miss anything?
Oh, a little bit. I was just saying that what do you call it? Karia
admitted to being a legal pirate.
admitted to working with state-sponsored dwarven pirates. Because
Yeah,
the Yucatan dwarves are some of the only Yucatan is one of the only nations that has a thriving privateer industry and seem to almost make a sport out of shaking vessels down, the ones that pass through their waters.
Got you.
Because they know they can get away with it, because they have like some of the only Ironside ships in the world and massive guns.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah, they're also kind of necessary because they're the ones who break the giant frozen wall that makes trade between the east and the west possible.
Mm-hmm.
So Karia, let me just get this straight. You just admitted to being a pirate?
I don't know what that means. I guess. Like I said, they were the first ship to kind of let me in, and they said they'd pay me and feed me so long as I helped them out. And what did they say? They told me to lift the heavy things, and when I wasn't lifting the heavy things, to stand around and look scary, which I've been told that on first glance I could.
Okay, so... Oh, dear God. Well,
I mean, is that like a problem? I mean, it was just a job. I like I said, I don't get it.
a rather legally dubious one, Karia.
I would not recommend admitting that to any law enforcement, or perhaps to anyone here. I do not know the social climes here, but I would not recommend that to anybody of perhaps a law enforcement standing.
At least there's no law here.
A very fortuitous turn of events. Regardless, it is very clear, Karia, that you knew no better, and as a result, I do not believe much blame can be put at your feet. You were simply doing a job and getting by as you needed.
I didn't realize I was actually doing anything wrong in the first place. Huh. Well, I guess I was never really a great judge of character, to be fair. Like those cultists, I guess those church people, and that one guy with the mustache, and I guess now those guys too. Huh.
One
Well,
guy with a mustache.
Which
Oh.
church people can be cultists. Some.
Well, yeah. Anyways, that's behind me. What I am trying to say though is, I know that those people that we encountered, you called them pirates as well, and so maybe there might be something that we could do. I mean, if they have a ship, I'm not necessarily the best on a crew, but I know my way around the ocean pretty well. I'm pretty good at, I guess, charting course.
Okay. So now we have potentially have a bounty coming back to bite us in the ass where we used to work at because we lied to them about what actually happened to the dragon, and now there could be potentially something on Karia's head. But hopefully that's not the case.
I mean, I don't think I stand out in the crowd too much, do I?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Coral just nods and says, "We both blend in."
Oh.
But wait, none of you. To face it, we all don't really blend in except for Dexter.
Yeah, that's true. Dexter is the only one who could, like, when they say, all right, just slip into the crowd, and everyone else is just like, they're fucked, but Dexter's like, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Dexter
Yes.
just looks like your average old human.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just looks like he has a resting bitch face 24/7.
Yes. There's yeah. So you have a potential lead in the form of that boat if you can get it to work. Yeah. Oh yes. Coral just sort of very up down shrugs and says, "I am sure that is the only problem trailing any of us here."
Well, yeah, I guess.
I'm sure our future skies will be clear.
I'm just saying this now. If we get a boat, I call the room that doesn't have any windows, nothing you can see out. I just want a good old shut-in room.
I mean, there was that shed back on that farm with that Terry Ska. I mean, he might be willing.
Yes, Karia,
Yeah.
but can the shed float? Karia, can the shed float?
I guess I don't know. And there's a
Sheds-
big hole under it.
Sheds are built on land. They're not made to float.
Anyway, wait, did we know? Did we know what they encountered at the farm? Was that explained to Isaki and Miyar when that happened?
I believe
I
so.
think, yeah, I believe so.
Oh yeah.
That's you.
Remember, I had a giant footprint on my back?
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, that thing did not like you.
No,
Yeah,
he liked
Karia
me
got
more than
stepped
everyone
on, I
else.
forgot.
To be fair, Karya did start getting ignorant because he was like, "All right, if you come back
You
here,
was acting
I'm
all
gonna kill you."
ignorant.
I was acting a little ignorant, and that Tarask said, "If you come back here, I'll eat you." And Karya went, "Then I'll be sure to come back here and see if you can." So now I have a date with Destiny.
Yeah.
We're all gonna fucking die.
I'm sure it will
anyways.
go just fine.
If I'm really lucky, which Karya has proven, if all else, He's really
Yeah.
lucky.
My man's has a fucking 99 in arcane. He's really good right now.
Right. So, Coral, for his part, stands up and says, "So, would you like to begin, or would you wish to stay here for a while longer?"
If I'm being honest, I would like to get out of here as soon as I can. Paradise is great, but when paradise is reminding me of melting people, I don't find it very calming anymore.
This
Everyone
isn't
here smells.
this isn't my type of paradise. I don't really drink a lot of alcohol.
I suppose this paradise has been lost.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
But yes.
Oh, but I did find this. Pretty seashell.
Pretty seashell.
Yeah, and Mallory reaches into his little bag and pulls out that rainbow conch he found. It's pretty neat.
It is
That's
very
this.
pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
I mean, we could potentially sell and get more money.
Or we could get it on a necklace for them.
I'm just gonna keep it in my bag.
Oh.
He's just like staring daggers at Isaki right now.
Yeah.
You touch this conch and I'm gonna murder you.
Well, the
It's
child.
Dexter and Mallory just death staring.
Just like-
basically.
Let the child have a childhood.
Exactly.
He's just gonna hold his hands up. It's like, okay, never mind. Just a suggestion.
So, sounds like you guys want to get on your way.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm down to totally follow up with the leads. I would say Karia might be interested in going around kind of like the docks, I guess, and see if there's any trace of maybe where those Leonin might have been. Maybe try and figure out how big their ship was, if they had a huge crew, what their thing's going.
Okay. Yeah, just give me a good old perception roll then.
Alrighty, let's see.
May I help him out?
23.
You may make your own perception roll, yes.
Okay.
Did I do that right? Yeah, I did.
Yes, you
Wait,
may.
how did you roll? Do you have advantage on it?
What? No, it just auto rolls it. It just has
Oh,
always done
I
that.
heard that you
I
rolled a
think
9.
I think you can change that.
Oh.
If on your sheet you go to it's if you I'm gonna guide you through. You looking at your sheet right now?
Yes, I am.
You hit the cog in the top right. Brings you here.
All right.
See here on the right there is roll queries. Right beneath that NPC checkbox. Click that. You change to advantage toggle, and that new thing appears. So, whenever you want to make a roll, if it's normal, you hit abnormal. Advantage. You switch to advantage. If you roll with disadvantage, you switch it to that. And then it will.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
And then whenever,
I'll roll that
so
again.
you can set it how you wish.
That's interesting. I'm still getting used to this roll 20 thing. Here, I'll roll it again then.
Mm-hmm.
22.
22. Okay.
I rolled a 9, so I guess I'll die.
Oh, you will.
Well, to be fair, we are on an island surrounded by water.
And sharks.
And sharks.
And sharks. And,
Sharks are
and
the bears of the ocean, Peppy. Remember that.
Bears?
But except sharks aren't as mean as bears.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Both will eat you, but
Bears
both
are great.
yeah, both will eat you. Both generally don't want anything to do with humans.
Yeah.
Except a few. There are things like the was it the tiger shark or was it the bull shark? The bull shark is super fucking
Bull
aggressive.
shark.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
no, the bull
remember hearing a
shark.
story about how someone like was swimming in a pond. It was basically a pond inland, and a bull shark had swum upstream, was in there with them. They felt a bump against their leg. Next thing they looked down, their leg was just straight up gone. Didn't even feel any pain.
Don't mind if I take this, Chief. He eats.
They are mean. Anyway, so yes, there's a whole ocean out there. How about that?
Ah,
But yes,
Isaki's like, I don't like the water. and
Isaki,
he's
you
just
may
gonna-
also you did make a perception roll. Isaki, you are unhelpful.
Isaki just sees the water. He's like, nope, nope, nope.
Just looking
nope,
around, going,
nope.
nope, nope, nope. Too much water around here. Too many boats. I don't like boats. They go on water. You're just with that. Now, let's just say, with all that looking around, you're also for the first time fully aware of the fact that this place, there's no like it's not connected to the mainland. You look out, you see like the mainland off far in the distance. You're not connected to the mainland. There's no bridge. There's no like barge or pontoon. There's nothing. You are out here on an island in the middle of the ocean with no way of getting to the solid mainland. It's
Yeah,
just this,
no.
it's just this
Isaki's like,
creeping
wide-eyed,
anxiety.
like- Anxiety levels just increased by 5,000, I guess.
Yep.
Water, water, water.
Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water.
Isaki gets anywhere near the
Water,
water, and the
water,
sonic
water,
drowning
water,
music
water.
starts.
Where's my fucking Raymond? Can I call upon the aid of the godlike man, David Hasselhoff, to fucking ferry me across
You are
the
not
land?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Damn it!
So, I'll say with that new roll, Karia, because I'll do you the benefit of not counting the first roll.
Oh, well, thank you.
You and the group kind of wander along the docks for a bit. Isaki tries to help you keep an eye out, but mostly just spends the time averting his eyes, looking down at the deck, and trying not to get seasick. And as you progress along the docks, there are ships of all types here. There are sloops, there's skips, there's every once in a while there's large, like impressive ships. There is at one point there is in fact a large, what almost looks like it's like a ship where the walls rise very high, and the whole thing seems to be, the whole looks like it's made out of like tree roots that are all tightly bound together and then somehow make a perfectly smooth outer hull, but still look rough and knotted and coarse. The mast rises high, and you realize that the mast itself is a thick tree trunk, and hanging from it are large, leafy membranes that act as sails. This is one of the Dryad ships. These are huge. Their sides rise high, and because of that, it's hard to see onto the ship. A very deliberate tactic, but there's still the sound of revelry happening. That looks like one of those. What do you call it? You passed one of those at one point, but the captain of your ship said it wasn't worth it. It's too high off the water. But some of the people you glimpsed on there, and now glimpse on this ship do remind you somewhat of like at least coloring and pattern wise of the attire that Isaki wears.
Are these your people?
Wow.
Distant relatives. I'm sure.
He's just like looking up in the sky and realized, oh shit, there's no Earth there too. And he looks out, he sees the water. He's like, oh fuck, there's that too.
Mhm.
That's a nervous at the moment.
There's also a very familiar, at least in style, one of the turtle ships, which are much closer to the water. The sides are iron. The sides are sturdy wood, but the top is iron covered with spikes. With a large, what almost seems like a draconic, like serpent's head coming off the prow, which you are sure from experience houses a flame belcher, more than likely, or a cannon of some sort. Cannons bristle the sides, and there's a deck of sorts that comes up, and that's where you get off the ship on the back. It kind of rises up, and that's where the plank is. Dwarven turtle ship. There's other somewhat more normal looking ships, and sure enough, a smaller one. quite a skip, but yeah. What looks to be a sloop, which is a relatively small vessel, with a low bed in the front and a high, oh, I believe it's called a castle in the back. It rises high. There looks to be a cabin's like a crew. Almost looks like a shed built onto the back, as well as a door beneath that leads into the belly of the ship. And sure enough, manning that ship, is, what do you call it? Manning the ship is a grand total of 2 people. You would have to assume the rest are off on shore leave. One, sort of hanging in the rigging and sleeping there, is a spotted catfolk of some sort, lean, sort of wrapped up in the ropes, just sleeping there. Not quite as puffy as Miar was, but seems to be of at least the same stock. And then, sort of sat at the wheel of the ship with a large feathered cap, pointed, not tricorn, but pointed, sort of just sat on his head, sort of the tip balancing on his muzzle. It's a large leonine man dressed in a captain's coat and with a cutlass hanging off the side of his, not cutlass, a saber hanging off the side of his waist. Just sort of, and from here you can hear him snoring in this guttural, like low register lion's roar or groan, I suppose.
Now, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume these are the guys.
Wow, profiling much?
Yeah. Damn. Karia.
And you called me accidentally racist.
His was a mistype, and that's right. Yours was a mistype. His is a misspeak, or is it? Anyway, continue.
That's true. I think maybe I could maybe convince them. These types seem to if they maybe I can't speak for all of these now what I am learning to be pirates, but I know that money talks, and if money doesn't, then maybe I can convince them.
I had another idea.
Are we gonna hurt them?
No, and it doesn't even involve them. I can't help but notice that there's a ship from my homeland, and he's gonna point to the giant dryad ship. If he even sees it, which I kind of assume he does.
I assume he does.
I could talk to them, and maybe I could get us ferried across to where we want to go. But if you want a ship to our own, well, we can talk to the feline people. I don't know their ethnic names.
Well, I guess it's up to you all. I don't necessarily mind the idea of having a ship. That means that we don't have to try and, I guess, secure passage as we have been. It might save us some money. I know that Miar was at least very well at Miar had a very good handle on handling a ship, and I know my way around a deck. I don't know about the rest of you all.
What's a deck?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So what do you two think?
I think we should go with your idea.
Okay, so that's one for plant people, or plant ship. And the second, what do you think, Mallory?
I think it's good. Yes.
Okay, disturbing demon child.
Mallory, did you want to kill those men?
No.
Well, I don't
Okay.
think we could kill them. I think that honestly, a gold their way would take us wherever we need, but that doesn't matter.
Until they stab us in the back eventually.
Well,
I have heard pirates are very quick to betray one another.
and while that may be true, I can tell you that I learned quite a lot about what they used to call mutton-y and
Mutiny.
what
You are thinking of the word mutiny.
mutiny. Yes, mutant-y. Um, from what I can tell, hmm, the nice people who took me in and gave me a job, uh, they had a way of handling that where they would give them a bath, I believe. They would tie them they would tie them up to the ship and let them hang off the side while it kept going.
Oh,
And eventually they dropped them off somewhere. I guess I don't know. I usually stayed inside.
oh.
Does Isaki know what keel hauling is?
No, he does not.
Okay.
What I No, I probably don't.
Dexter? Probably not. You're not much of a naval type.
Yeah.
None of you would know what keel hauling is. And yeah, what he described just sounds like they kind of dangle them off the side of the ship and let them just kind of skip along the water. If Miara had heard about this, he would be 100% positive. Oh yeah, that man got his back raked off using like the barnacles on the bottom of the ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
Either way, though, it's terrifying to Isaki. So. Oh no, that sounds terrifying to me.
Well, I guess that's kind of why there wasn't too many of those. It happened once.
Well, do you know what happens to that person after that?
No, I assumed they got dropped off somewhere. Like I said, I usually stayed in the ship with Vair, and most of the time he was sleeping. If he was sleeping, I was sleeping. And, it was one of those things. I just kind of got woken up and said, "Hey, we need you," and I like to be needed.
Would you like to? Could I potentially offer a course of action?
Please.
You voiced a potential worry about the pirates' mutiny against you, or simply betraying you at some point. A valid concern. Such stories are very common. I myself do not take ships very often, as I prefer to walk my way across the ocean. But if you wish to eliminate that possibility, well, you could acquire the ship or acquire a ship, as these are pirates. They are morally dubious and a hindrance, if not a threat, on those who are on the ocean.
And from the sounds of it, they really like money, so
Well,
maybe Kari does have a point.
there's perhaps the opportunity to, and sort of Coral kind of cants his head to the side and goes, there are only 2 on that ship. Perhaps they can be persuaded or forced off, and then you can take the time to populate the ship with your own crew and leave before the rest of the crew return. They will not miss the ship.
I think this place is paradise for them, so let's try that first. If all else fails, we could go on the giant Dryad's ship.
If you'd like, I can do some talking. I might be able to get somewhere.
I'm surprised you are taking this seriously. Most ignore my recommendations.
Well, I mean,
That just sounds sad.
well, that is actually, I have to agree, but I actually completely relate to that, Coral. Really and truly, I just like the idea of being able to get out of a situation by our own means rather than having to run around and find someone else to do it for us.
Perhaps. I shall be content to stand and observe for the time being. So yes, how would you guys like to go forward?
Well, Kari is totally down to try and take this ship one way or another. Not really with violence, but one of those type of things.
Listen, if they strike first, we choose violence.
Oh,
Yeah.
trust me. Yeah, I have a plan.
Okay, so to the small ship it is. Who wants to
Yeah.
introduce us?
I'm like I said, I'm more than happy to try. I figured if I can talk to dragons enough, these people can't be too bad.
Oh fuck.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Do you want me? Yep. Do you know what, Mallory? Do you want to go help them as well?
Sure, yes.
Okay.
Alright.
It is a simple matter of crossing the gangplank onto the ship.
Barrel.
Burrow. Oranges. Yes. You're on the ship.
Upon
You are now on
yeah,
the ship on the main deck.
yeah. Upon getting on to the ship, car will kind of call it from what he can really recall from his pirate days, of what he heard other people say. Um, Wake up, you bastards! Is what he screams as loud as he can.
There is the sound of boots slamming onto the wood, and there's furious thrashing in the ropes above you. And then there's a snarl as the Leonin at the wheel stands to full height, a menacing 7.5 feet. As he then, the hat was once more righted up onto his head. His coat and cutlass and buckles from his belt and such jingling as he stands. He says, "Who are you and why are you on my ship?"
Well, my name is Kari Orthos. Former pirate. I have been
Former
told-
pirate.
Well, I guess still. I guess I'm just in between jobs.
It.
Um,
Do not make a mockery of your stand on my ship. Who are you? What do you want?
I'd like your ship.
I happen to like my ship too, especially like it when swabs like you aren't on it.
Well, I didn't ever really clean, but these are my friends, and we were acquainted with some of your friends, and they gave us a hint, I guess I should say, as if we were looking for passage, we could find it here, should we have the means. And you seemed like upstanding gentlemen, and so did they. May rest their souls. And
He catches that bit. He leers at you.
I'm gonna slap Kari on the back and be like, Kari, goddamn.
He leans over the wheel. Now takes a moment and then starts walking slowly over to where the stairs on the side come down to the deck. Stops at the top and says, "If any of my boys were fool enough to say we were running a ferry service, I would have keelhauled them myself. You talk about them in the past tense, as if they were dead, and the last ones who saw them were you. So why the hell shouldn't I just splatter your blood and mop it across the deck to give it a nice red tinge, eh?"
well, I
Oh,
actually, well, while I understand, in my defense, I didn't actually do anything. I just happened to see it secondhand.
Then why the hell are
and-
you here?
Well, as
If
I
you're
said,
so blameless.
as I said, we're seeking passage, and there's the nice flashy ships over there, but I've never really been accustomed for those. I feel like they're too much, and your ship seemed quite nice. So, as I said, I was looking to find a way to procure said ship in any way, either temporarily or permanently. I have the money.
He seems almost baffled for a moment.
Jesus.
It's like, as this, like pretty much the same height as him, I believe. You're like something like, how tall are you? No, you're more like 6.
Kari is if when he gets older, he'll probably be about that tall. But right now, he stands about like 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1". Okay, so like about 1.5 feet shorter than this, like this massive Leonin. He's staring down at you at this scaly human who is both talking in this weirdly affable manner about how he's looking to book a ride, but also maybe take the ship if he has to. Just if it's really necessary, and it's like you got the money for booking for passage, or buying the ship off of you, or taking it. That's the implied threat. To which the man, the Leonin snarls and says, "I think you're just better off getting off my ship."
Um, how about a friendly wager?
His head kind of comes back a bit. Says, "You are treading dangerous ground."
I do that a lot. I've been told.
Then you'll be no stranger to prices and the
Yeah.
wagers having weight. What sort of wager?
Well, you seem like quite the capable warrior, is what I would say, and I I'm no stranger to such a thing. And even though I would not like to necessarily take this route, um, I can offer up what I would say something that our people enjoy, and that's competition.
So what? A round to see who. So what are you wagering then? Are you wagering perhaps you beat me and I give you passage on my ship?
I'll do you one better. If Why don't we do this? And Carl will pause for a moment and go, I've got a good amount of gold here. I'm sure I could pay for passage, but I'm looking for more long term for my friends and I. And I'm not saying I necessarily want to own your ship. I'm sure you quite like them. And frankly, Kara will kind of pat his feet down on the wood and scrape a little bit and go, it's quite a nice ship. But as I said, we are looking for something more sustainable. I would say a ship like this might go for ooh, 100 gold or so, maybe more.
Isaki is like sweating bullets right now.
Dexter's just observing.
There's
Boulder-sized bullets.
the lips come back, the fangs show, and then the lion man's like throws his head back and laughs from the belly. Like, oh, you are. Do not insult my ship.
Does she have a name?
Wow. Yeah, this is something. This is one of those moments where I did not create a name for something. Thank you. You finally got me. How about that? I would say, yeah. Her name's the Prairie's Pride.
Yeah, see, I don't really like that. I think I'll change that. Anyways, yeah, Karya is going to definitely show his bit of dragon pride. Just that little bit of like, this is something that I want, and as nice as he can.
This is about to be my horde, motherfucker.
Karya will kind of go, well, you seem pretty confident in yourself, and admittedly, so did your late crew. And all I'm saying is that I would like this to be nonviolent, but our survival is kind of at stake. Maybe not in some major capacity, but we need transport, and I offer a wager of friendly competition. If you can defeat me in combat, no death, then I will give you all the gold that I have. It's not much, but he'll kind of just drop the gold sack again. It's a little over 150 gold. And if I win, then you will offer me your ship.
Brings back the snarl, crosses his arms, and says, if you defeat me, then I don't deserve this ship nor the crew that's on it.
Well, do we have a deal? Because on top of that, Not only will I give you this gold, I'll even offer up all of our services to replace the crew that is missing.
X fucking.
You lose. You work for me.
That's exactly my point.
You do
It's a
not,
win-win.
you do not get to complain. You don't get to whine. The first complaint, I throw you over to the sharks.
I'm sorry, does that include us?
Yes.
His eyes go to you and says, yes, it does. Congratulations. Your friend has just put your life on the line. You, on the other end of the deck, we draw blades.
Is it Is it gonna be a 1v1?
Yes.
I take it. Fuck.
That's fine.
Kari, you better.
He goes, we draw blades. You name a second if you feel necessary. If you're a coward.
My second's already with me, and at this point he probably would have Rair would have returned into his egg, and Karia will not necessarily withdraw him just yet, but he'll keep that in mind. Karia will go, my second will be with me if needed, but why don't we just wait and see where that takes us? And he'll reach his hand out just to shake and go, but my friend, we are both men of the sea, and at the very least, I would say similar that I think that it would be good to maybe offer your services after I beat you and take this ship.
I'm going to enjoy leaving you out for the seagulls.
Well, my friend, you are intimidating, I won't lie, but you're not as scary as the dragon who raised me.
Raised by a dragon. I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, he died.
Oh fuck, Matt died.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
No.
God damn it, no, we're not. God damn it, Matt, we're now pirate slaves. Fuck.
And he's run through.
Yep, there he goes.
Kari is dead. Fuck.
There he's back.
No.
Yep.
Is outside support allowed? Take it, none of you, all of you, if any of you fight fair.
No. That's not a fair thing to say. This is a bet between gentlemen, and I trust the captain to be a fair sport. He offered me an extra blade, should I need it, and my extra blade will be needed, and I will call upon it if necessary.
Okay. Bevkaria, if you fail us, so help me. Fucking Itsuki gets cut off there. Just shouting into like various obscenities about how he's gonna fucking slap the shit out of Karia if we fucking fail.
So yes, with that, the captain draws his saber, and I will ask you first bring out your token. I'll ask you to roll initiative.
I certainly will. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my laptop set up here. It's being a little wonky, and it closed out of everything. There we go. I have to remember how to roll for initiative. Everything closed. Oh, man. 17.
I forget that Karia's dexterity is not as good as you think it would be.
No, it was not.
But my boy is strong. Mr. Pencil Neck can fucking break you like a pencil.
Oh, okay. Right. Let us see. What was your initiative? It was 17. Let's roll a 1d20 for the captain. 8 plus his dex. Comes up to an 11. Okay, Karya.
Yeah, he will
The-
withdraw on both of us.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
he
captain
will-
draws his
yeah.
saber and beckons you forward and says, "Well then, have at you."
As you wish. There we go. Sorry about that. So very quickly, Karya will take his. How far away are we? Would you say?
I'm gonna say something like 20 feet apart.
Okay. Then Karya is going to take flight. Just ethereal, like a gust of wind will kind of kick up under his feet, and he'll move forward. And as he gets above the captain, he will turn that off and kind of descend with both of his spears and make a. Let's see. I still have the dual wielding feat, so I'll just go ahead and swing for both attacks.
Fucking plunging attack.
He literally is plunging attacking.
Damn.
Okay, so that first one probably didn't hit, but the second one.
Yeah, the first one, you bring the spear down and it slams into the deck and
Ooh.
gets partially caught in it. He is going to take a move action to remove that.
Haha, that's good.
Uh,
Non-lethal, by the way, obviously.
Okay. Right, and the second one will hit. Roll damage.
That doesn't make sense. I thought I clicked damage.
That's a D20. Yeah, you're
That
you're,
is
you're
a
clicking
D20.
you're clicking the attack again. Just go into the to the dialogue section on the right and click spear.
Oh. 9.
Nope, that's still the attack.
What? No, dang. What in the world? I'm hitting
No,
spear.
click like there in the little box in the chat. Click spear.
Oh.
There you go. 11
11
damage. Okay, he has taken 11 damage.
Yeah, Carl just kind of crack him across the face with the blunt end of the spear.
Okay. To which it is then his turn. And he. Right. Moment. Right. For his part, he brings up the cutlass or the saber in a way that partially deflects the strike and bleeds a little bit of the energy off before it hits him, halving the damage.
Ooh.
Yes, he has used Uncanny Dodge.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then, as a response, 1 second, I'm going to check something. Right. He's going to make his own attack as he flourishes his cutlass. And seems to kind of take a step left, then right, in a way that almost seems to bob along with the way the ship sways. As yep. Mm-hmm. 2 slashes, and that will miss, I think.
Yes, that will.
Okay.
I didn't say it, so I think it might be too late to retcon it because I realize now. Ow. Oh,
You
oops.
got some
Sorry.
feedback.
Yes, I do. One second, I'm realizing where the feedback's coming from. Is that better?
It's quieter.
It's quieter.
I'll try and make this quick. I forgot to use my bonus action. I probably won't retcon it, but I don't remember how the new Hunter's thing works.
Hunter's Mark?
It's like the new Hunter's Mark. The one that's built into the kit.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's a bonus action though.
I think it is just a bonus action to do an extra D4, so I'll just say bonus action, boom. I'm putting on... Actually, no, why am I even bothering? I'm just going to cast Hunter's Mark. It's better right now.
Okay.
So as a bonus action, I'm plopping Hunter's Mark on him. I'll have a little... I'll have it kind of brand a little dragon mark on his chest. And then I'm just going to go for just another quick stab. I'm not even going to... I'm going to pull my spear out, obviously, because I'm not moving, and I'll go ahead and make another stab.
Okay. Oh wait, this is part of your new action.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah, because I won't retcon the last one.
Okay. Before that, he has his own bonus action to take,
Oh, for sure.
as he then stabs you with his dagger.
Ouch.
As he misses with the saber, and from the side, a knife digs into your side. As that hits, and he deals. That is 1d4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 plus, because there are no enemies within 5 feet of him. He deals, how much is that? An extra, yikes, that's an extra 3d6 in sneak attack damage. As he stabs you in the side and gets you good in, like, you feel something in your side ooze out. As he then digs the knife in, twists it, and pulls it back out.
Does this man have sneak attack?
Yes.
He's a swashbuckler.
Oh fuck.
And because he's a swashbuckler, if he doesn't have disadvantage, and if there's no enemies within 5 feet of him and his current enemy, he gets sneak attack.
Oh shit.
So yes, now we go to Karya's turn.
Ouch.
Also,
by the way.
you are denied attacks of opportunity now.
That's okay. Kari at this point is going to use his action to quickly 1 second. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the ringing to stop.
What is that anyways?
Is it possibly from headphones? Maybe?
I'm not quite sure.
Is it like the baby alarm thing you got?
No. It's just, I think it's my plugin.
Maybe you try, if you're using headphones, try plugging them in. Like, unplugging them and then plugging them back in.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. I'm just going to swap ports.
It sounds like a fucking dog whistle.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So yes, you guys just saw Karya get a knife in the side, and now there is a nice hot trail of red going down his side,
Ooh.
and it looks deep.
I'm frightened.
Can I try to prep something up to heal him?
You could.
You don't know what that's gonna entail on the
Oh, if
pirates.
I do that. Well, I mean for after the fight.
Yeah.
Oh sure.
Oh.
I mean, you have
Not right now.
you have spells at your availability.
Yeah.
There we go. So, let's see here. Just trying to make sure. Yep, there we go. So that's about the time. Kari is just going to kind of give a quick little whistle and summon Vair behind the pirate captain.
Okay.
And I believe that takes just an action. Yes, it does.
So that leaves you with your movement and bonus action then.
Yes, indeed. I'm actually going to take a little hop back because I just remembered that spears have range, and I don't have to be just right in front of him.
Okay, you're taking a hop back?
Yeah, I have both spears free. So yeah, and then I'll take a little hop back, and
To which
then
he responds with attack of opportunity.
Oh right, I can't disengage. Hmm,
Because you've already used an action.
that is true. I might die.
No.
That will miss.
That will miss, thank God. All right. Kara will kind of just parry that, and then yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and have Vair try and get a. Okay, this is actually a question. I know flanking is an optional rule. Um, how do you handle flanking? Is it a thing in there in this game, or how is that?
It makes sense that it is a thing, distracting an enemy from by attacking from multiple sides, but I don't like that it gives it advantage.
Yeah, I feel like that's unfair. Normally, how I run it is I just give it a flat +2, and if they're
Same.
flanked
I
by,
do it.
yeah,
I do it the same as with like 3.5 and Pathfinder. It's just
Yeah.
it's a straight +2.
All right, that sounds fine. I'll just kind of have Vair. I'll give him a little whistle, and I'll have Vair try and let's see. Oh yeah, actually, that's perfect. Um, Making sure I'm reading correctly. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have Vair just kind of clamp down on his main hand, and just try and bite, and then also grapple, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I will go for that, and 23. Oh wait, I rolled.
That's
I don't know how to turn that off.
that's if it was with advantage. In that case,
Okay.
that would be a 12.
Whoops, that didn't work.
And that is for grapple. That is opposed. So we'll see how well he does. That is just simply athletics, I believe.
Yeah, essentially that's what I was gonna say. Would I actually make that a bite attack, or would I make that a strength roll? Because I used the bite attack, but I wasn't too sure.
I mean,
Also, I think you can use either dexterity or strength. It's
I know how it works in previous systems, but it doesn't come up a lot in 5e games I play. Let's see. When you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, use the attack action to make a special melee attack, a grapple. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, okay, no, it misses, so you are not able to land the grapple. After that comes the athletics test. Contested by if you hit, you make the strength athletics check, and they get opposed with either strength or dex.
I see.
So yes, Vair misses as the captain withdraws his leg away just in time to avoid Vair clamping down on his ankle.
how fucked is Karia right now?
Depends on how this works out.
Well,
He has denied the captain his sneak attack now.
Oh, that's good.
that was the thought.
That was the plan, Jimbo.
Is he good or bad?
He is tentative.
My man just got stabbed in the appendix.
No.
Okay.
That is a question I do.
Is that your turn?
Just real quick. Yeah, because I had my hunter's mark. I had Vair. I had a question with that though.
Mhm.
So with hunter's mark, it's basically an enemy that I choose that I attack. Since Vair is linked to me, does he also gain the benefits of that extra damage, or no? I just was curious.
Come again?
So with hunter's mark, I deal an extra 1d6 damage for a target that I've marked. Since I'm commanding Vair, does that count for him as well, or no?
1 second. Let me
I
read,
don't.
let me
I
read
don't
the
think so either.
let me read the phrasing.
Yeah, I'm
Choose a
going
creature
here.
you see within range of a marker is recording. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6.
I deal. Okay,
Whenever
making
you
sure.
hit it.
I was not sure. Okay, I just wanted to confirm.
if it was say the Echo Knights, Echo, I would consider that you hitting them. But
That makes
Vair is
sense.
a separate entity.
Yes, indeed. All right, just making sure.
So, that is your turn. Back to the captain. What is this repulsive little? As he then turns around and takes a swing at Vair.
No, don't hit the boy.
And since you are, not within 5 feet, since you took a step back, he does get his sneak attack.
Oh, yeah.
Vair. Oh no, Vair, no.
That will hit
Oh my
Oh.
god. He rolls so good.
sometimes. That's 1d6. 4. Plus 3d6.
We're fucked.
As Vair takes a slash for 20 damage across the snout.
Ooh, that's not gonna make Karya happy. He's still alive with 5 health.
Whoa, shit.
To which the Vair is now denied a, what do you call it? Denied his attacks of opportunity. Let's see, what will the captain do? Will he take a stab at Vair, or will he take a step and take a stab at Karya? You know what? Actually, no. He's going to do you one better. He's going to drop his dagger, reach into his coat.
Does this motherfucker have a fucking flintlock?
I'm about to get
As he pulls
shot.
out a pistol and fires at Karya.
Oh,
He doesn't get sneak attack though, it's okay.
he did get sneak attack on Vair.
Yeah. Vair tanked the shot.
As you take 11 damage to the chest.
Oh, I'm alive.
So,
Wait, did I do that right? Yeah. No, I didn't.
you are at a
What was
total
it?
of 30 health. You've taken a total of 30 damage so far.
Oh, I'm alive, but barely, barely.
Yeah.
I have a question. It's more like it's actually like an in-game question.
Go ahead.
What did my god ever say about honor?
There wasn't a hell of a lot of talk about honor in your teachings. There was being steadfast. There was pursuing your duties. There was the sanctity of sacred sites. There was ley lines, but nothing about honor or duels and such. That was kept for the warrior gods and for the warrior priests.
So, point is, Isaki doesn't have a concept of being honorable in fights.
Nope.
As much as I'm gonna. Okay. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead with what Matt was gonna do. I'm still thinking.
Think on it. Think on it. I have 1 health. Think on it.
The question is,
Okay,
do you want to
No,
join
it's
the...
okay.
Oh yeah, actually, I will say, yeah. He's bleeding heavily from the stab wound in his side and from a hole in his gut where he was shot and where you see some intestines partially hanging out of his abdomen. As you see, Karya is very close to... he is extremely pale and he is very close to dying. Isaki, it sounds like you're thinking about joining the fray.
Yes.
Would you like to... I will drag your token out. Would you like to roll me initiative?
Yes. I'm sorry, Karya, but you're getting your ass kicked.
It's a level difference of about 2, so yeah.
Ouch.
Oh,
Wow.
fuck.
Let's see. Okay. We'll add you to the initiative order. See, weirdly enough, this actually might bode well for you, because this means
I'm next.
you're next.
Good.
Just to make sure, is anybody else considering joining the fray?
Not at the moment.
Hmm?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Mallory?
If they look like they need help.
Oh, well, Karya most certainly looks like he needs help. Though Isaki is, I assume, just drawn his weapon.
He's so
Could I,
powerful. You are. Go ahead, sorry, Corbin.
would I be able to cast Healing Word on Karya?
You know what? Sure. So if you're just jumping in right now, I'll count that as a surprise round. You get your healing word in, and then you roll me initiative because you are joining the combat. First, click your token and then roll initiative.
Click my token.
Yep.
Where is my token? Oh,
Right there.
oh,
I mean, I
clicked
have
it
a
on
question.
there.
Go ahead.
There's my token. So I click my token
Yeah,
and then
make sure it's selected, and then you roll your initiative, and it will add you automatically to the initiative order.
what if I'm rolling it on the app?
Might not work.
Because I
Well,
can't access it on.
I'll do it for you. Here you go. Okay. Mallory, are you considering joining the fray?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, excellent. So chaos, my child.
Oh, good.
Yes. Chaos. Chaos.
So, is it going to be Dexter's turn next then, actually?
1 moment.
Oh, I think I did that right. Did I do that right?
Yes, you did.
You did good, Corbin.
So, Mallory, select your token and then roll initiative.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, get selected and click.
And there you go.
Wow, you act before me. I
So-
mean, after me.
The way we'll do this is you guys are now engaging and taking a surprise round. So, Mallory, you may act first in the surprise round.
Okay. I think that I will cast. Just see all the stuff I can do. I think Eldritch Blast.
Sure.
How do I roll for attack?
I think you just click on
It
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
should be in your sheet, just under attacks.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Wow, a lot of ones
You're
today.
going to fucking snipe Karya.
At which the the bolt of golden light whizzes past the lion man's head, and then he turns, and his teeth, like his gums, recede to show his massive fangs.
I told you guys I had it.
Going to regret that. As we then go to Dexter, who is casting Healing Word. To which you then, it's 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh.
You heal 8 HP to Karya, who is now at 9 health.
Okay.
Anything else you wish to do? Because that is a bonus action.
You know what? I'll use Firebolt on the line.
That is a cantrip, so you can do that. Go ahead.
I think it's a DC 14.
Mhm.
I think DC 14.
Firebolt
No,
is a
wait,
save.
no. For Firebolt, it's you
an
just roll
attack.
attack.
Oh, it's an attack. Okay.
Yeah, it's a direct attack rather than a save.
Okay. No, wait. I'm doing the wrong thing. Hold on. That's my bad.
Shaboopy. Shaboopy.
I clicked the wrong thing. I'm in the. We go. That is the correct. No.
Damn.
That will not hit. So now it's a golden bolt of light and a bolt of fire that flies past him. Oh, this is going to end wonderfully. Isaki, how would you like to join in?
For the purpose of a particular channel divinity, does this count as solid ground? Will this count?
It does not count as earth.
Fuck me. Okay. Well then, in that case, boo boo. Well, I'm just gonna heat. I will. Hey Matt, what's your AC looking like?
I'm a 15.
At the point of how he's rolling, I don't think it's gonna help a whole shit. Do you know what? For now, just so we can get some extra sort of artillery on him. I'm gonna cast a spiritual weapon for my bonus action,
Okay.
which in this case, little earthy portal just appears right beside Isaki. You know, he does his typical get his spell tech out, fucking infuse it with magical energy. It disappears, and then a magical portal comes out of the ground, and and a magical little spear comes out of a little portal from the ground.
Excellent.
And I'm going to fucking launch that bitch, and I'm going to attempt to hit him. Yeet. There's a 25 hit, my good man.
You have a music bot.
Yeah, we do. Don't use it much, but I decided this now would be a decent time to do that. Did
Yeah.
not intend for it to be. There you go. I should build up in a minute. Okay, so you are casting spiritual weapon.
There's a 25 hit.
25 will absolutely hit.
Okay, that's 1d8 plus 4. I think, does the attack come out for free on its first time you summon it? I think it does.
Yes.
Okay.
After
so
that,
that's
it's a bonus
1d8
action
plus
each
4.
time.
Okay, so he takes 8
Remember,
force
if you go
damage.
if you go into the chat, you can just click on spiritual weapon and it'll automatically do the damage.
Okay.
So just go ahead and click that.
Oh, you just want to click it. Okay. 9 force damage, so I got 1 extra.
9 force damage. To which he will then use his reaction to have that with uncanny dodge.
But I'm not done yet.
He will then see what yours comes in the form of what was it again? What was your god's spiritual weapon again? Talked about it.
I think you said it would be like a bludgeoning weapon, like a kanabo.
Yeah, it would be a big old studded bat kind of
Yeah.
that comes
Like, I
swings
guess-
and he brings up his saber to blunt half of it and it then slams against his shoulder.
Okay, then. Well, I'm not done yet. And I guess while he's dealing with the giant fucking kanabo, I'm gonna go in. Yeah, I'm using my shield now. Fuck. I'm gonna go in for a regular one-handed spear strike.
Okay,
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
that does not hit. Right. With that,
I think it goes back to me.
One moment.
No, it goes to Mallory, actually.
Oh, right. I thought, oh, no, it was a surprise round.
Mans couldn't dodge the giant kanabo.
Oh man, the bot is lagging like hell. There's a shout of "Hey-ya!" as the cat from above comes flying down. And
I'm spamming the parry button right now. Okay.
prepare to get guard broken.
Spamming the parry button. If the attack is on me, I'm spamming it right now.
Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Come on, load.
Matt,
Here we go.
let me ask a genuine question.
Yes.
Did you really think you could actually 1v1 this man?
I did, actually, but my rolls have not been great.
Yeah, that's true.
The strikes from stealth, and as a result, it's attacking the first creature to attack his boss, which is Mallory.
Oh,
Striking from stealth, so there's an attack with advantage. That's a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, his henchman is not nearly as high level as he is. Wow. It's not doing great. Plot is suffering. Does an additional 2d4. 2 plus sneak attack damage dice are doubled. Mallory got off pretty easy with a 17 as a knife is lodged between his wings.
Oh.
Oh,
As there is now a tabaxi standing behind you with his knife just freshly coated in your blood. Now it's Mallory's turn.
What happened? I'm sorry, I had to leave real quick.
The
but
tabaxi that was up in the rigging
yeah.
just dropped down and stabbed Mallory in the back.
They stabbed the kid.
The first one to attack his boss.
well.
All right.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Well, then I'm gonna turn around and cast Sapping Sting
Okay.
on the tabaxi, yes.
Can that be cast in melee normally? Or without penalty?
No, it just says a range of 30 feet.
In that case, it is.
It says you sap the vitality of one creature you can see in range.
Mm-hmm. Right. It is a range attack roll, so it is a disadvantage since it is in melee.
Then, I'll just do that. Disadvantage, I'll toggle that, and
What is it, a saving throw or a attack roll?
attack roll.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that in my attack list, so I'll just...
Yeah, if it was something with a saving throw, it wouldn't affect it.
Okay. Oh no, I must see it on a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. In that case, you'll roll con. Which
Let's say it.
Just...
rolls a nat 1.
Oh yeah. It takes, let me just...
1d4 necrotic damage and falls prone.
Yeah.
Roll that 1d4. He takes 3 necrotic damage and crumples onto the deck.
Lamusi would be proud.
Anything else you wish to do with your turn?
Something you can do with my bonus action. I had a healing pool. Let me just check what that can do.
Oh, you're healing. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. See, as a bonus action, can heal one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. I'm just gonna use one on myself.
Okay.
It's 1d6.
Roll 6. You heal 6 HP.
Wonderful.
Poor
And back
Karya.
to me.
Wait, did I get another heal?
No.
You didn't.
Mallory healed himself.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
In that case, Karya, it is your turn.
kill.
Karya will kind of shrug and go, "In my defense, I told them not to," and then kind of glance over to Vair, and
His response to that is, I'll hang you by your throat from the prow.
I'd like to see you try. And then Karya is going to go ahead and just do 2 attacks with the spears, and then also command Vair to attack. And one of those is going to deal extra acid damage. So let's see.
Both of those will hit.
Fuck, bruh.
So an extra 1d6 on that. Oh, well, that didn't actually do it. Oh, 4 acid damage. So that is
26.
Yes, and then Vair gets an attack.
Right. Hunter's marked how much as well?
Oh, right. I have to roll that. Let's see. Damn, that just did the thing. It didn't actually do it.
1d6 though. Just roll an extra.
It's for every time I hit it, so 2d6 actually.
Fucking hell, man.
Roll 2d6 then.
Did I do that right?
No.
There's a dice icon on the left.
You can use that, or you can just do what do you call
Oh,
it?
here we go. An extra 12.
So that's 12 plus 6, 18. That's 22.
Also, did the 17 hit?
The 17 would hit, yes.
Then that would be an additional 6 damage.
Okay, then fucking Karya's already a blender.
Well, the 17 wouldn't be an additional 6 damage, would it? Because... Oh, wait, you did make the bike attack. The 6 was the infuse... No, that wasn't the infuse.
So, yeah, so I get an extra 1d6 to infuse with acid damage, and then I also get... That's a bonus act. That's actually just a reaction.
Right, okay. So, 22 in total for the 2 attacks. Plus 4 is 26. Plus 6 from the bite is 32. And then plus 12 from your hunter's mark. So, you bring in 1 stab. You jab it right into his chest, or do you still do non-lethal?
Oh, it's non-lethal still.
Okay, you still whack him clean across the side of the head as that draconic mark flares, and he roars in agony. Bring around your next one. Vair grabs onto his ankle, shakes, and there's this feeling tingling up your arm as Vair's eyes flash, and then you bring the other one around, and there's a splash of corrosion across his face as you once more whack him. And that last hit, despite with one last groan of pain, you crack him across the side of the face, and he slumps to the deck as you have knocked him out.
Karya will kind of turn back to everyone and go, "I told you I had it."
Says gushing blood out of his guts inside.
My friend, I can regenerate from that. You, however, cannot.
Dexter, your turn.
How bad is he looking?
In D&D terms, he is bloodied.
In D&D terms, he is bloody.
Meaning he is below half health.
Below half health.
Yeah. He's looking like he's in a pretty bad way.
Debating between whether or not I just want to put him out of his misery or just let him be.
Are you talking about the captain?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like he's been busted up, but he's not actually like taken any serious wounds. He's been non-lethally taken down.
He's been non-lethally taken down. Oh, in that case, can I cast Ray of Sickness?
On the captain?
Yeah.
Sure.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead?
No.
He's
he's
unconscious.
Oh.
Yeah, Karya would have knocked him unconscious.
Then never mind.
Well, he is out cold. If you want to cast Ray of Sickness at him, you can.
Yeah, that'll probably fucking kill him if you want to kill him. Meanwhile, there's this other cat, individual that just stabbed Mallory in the back.
Yeah, no, I'll go for that.
He stabbed him and fell over.
Yeah, no, I'll go for him instead. The person who stabbed Mallory.
Okay. In that case, Ray of Sickness is Constitution save. What is your saving? What is your save DC?
Ray of Sickness is a Constitution save. I think it says +6 Constitution. I think.
It's a save on his, but what's your save DC?
Yeah, what's your intelligence saving? What's your intelligence modifier, Corbin?
Intelligence. Well, save DC is 14.
14. Okay, so he has to roll above a 14 on a con save.
Okay.
It's not doing too well. As you can roll your damage now.
Okay.
Oof.
And for damage, I think that's
2d8.
2d8.
Oh no, you've Oh. Okay, yeah. Regardless, he takes.
Wait,
he's
was
also,
it 2d8?
it's 2d8 damage. Yeah. It is originally it is a ranged spell attack. The save is after you
Oh.
hit him.
Okay.
So go ahead and actually make that ranged spell attack.
Range spell attack. Yeah, no, because I was gonna say it's asking me to make a range spell attack too. So
Yeah, that'll hit.
I
And then,
think it
guys,
is.
he fails his save. You do your damage, and he is now poisoned.
My man's has all the debuffs on.
Isaki.
Well, seeing that the captain's done with, I'm just gonna slowly bring back the spiritual weapon, and then I'm gonna bonk the other privateer on the head.
Do it with advantage because he is prone.
Oh fuck. Let me pull out spiritual weapon again and see if it wants to fucking vibe. Where is that again? Okay, right here. 22. Thank God.
Okay. Oh boy,
And
that would have ended badly otherwise. And then you just click the spiritual weapon there. Again.
yeah, I'm
in
just
chat.
gonna click it again. Oh, 5 force
It
damage.
takes 5 force damage. Bonk. As it then as he chokes and sputters. But that is
Here's
his
the
turn.
question.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not.
Oh
in
wait,
my
no,
turn.
wait, sorry. Yeah, no, that was your bonus action. My apologies.
But I'm not done yet. Also, I need to take that second spell slot down. Let me put that down. Let me put this up. Okay. Well, I'm actually gonna. Do I have it on me right now? Okay, good. I do. Not sure if it's worth a second. You know what? Fuck it. Just to be. No, you know what? Never mind. Non-lethal damage. I'm gonna bonk him with my spear again.
Okay.
And 23.
That'll hit.
5 piercing damage.
Okay. As you thwack him. Okay.
Bonk. Thwack.
As he
And
uses half of his movement speed to stand. And then at disadvantage.
oh yeah, is
Actually,
he
no.
poisoned?
You're poisoned. Instead, yeah. Oh, he's going to take his bonus action, disengage. As he scarpers off the deck and retreats off into the crowd.
Well, we don't have to worry about him. There's no law enforcement here too, unless he's bringing back other pirates.
Yes.
Can I throw a spear at him?
I mean, you guys could have had the opportunity to take the attacks of opportunity while he was standing, but he did disengage.
Yeah.
You would have, if you didn't take your attack of opportunity, you would have the last opportunity to make a ranged attack as he is running away. Otherwise, you risk firing blind to the crowd.
I could possibly go for it, depending on just how far away he is. I could throw a spear.
Good. You'd have one opportunity to do that. Otherwise, you're
Oh.
risking firing into a crowd.
Yeah, I'd rather not. So
Well,
yeah, I'll go for it.
like-
I'll throw that.
Go ahead.
Boom.
Anybody else would wish to
Heaven.
have a try at this?
Since my spiritual weapon is still a fucking thing, could I attempt to have it?
Run after him and
Reach.
attack him.
17.
17 will hit.
Sweet.
Uh,
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get him in the leg.
Did you say I could use it? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, you can. As he's making away.
21.
Wow.
Roll damage.
7 force damage.
That will do it. As the spear strikes him in the back of the leg, he stumbles, and the kanabo swings and slams him in the back of the head. and he goes down.
Yeah, I was gonna say non-lethally, by the way.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. You guys aren't
Isaki
murderers.
will- Yeah, then Isaki will then go up to him and sort of pick him up and then take him back to the ship.
Okay. Coral, for his part, is standing by where the gangplank is and kind of just... Well done.
Is Coral opposed to murder? or near murder?
Well, you don't know. You haven't asked him.
You know, yeah, that's true.
Wait, who are we murdering?
No one. We got the other individuals, so Anisaki's bringing
Okay.
them back to the deck.
Excellent. Now, we
So
need-
say.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Da-da-da. Excellent. Now that the X crew have been taken care of, we require a captain, a first mate, a navigator, a crow's nest man, a cook, a doctor, an archaeologist, a shipwright.
Why do we need an archaeologist?
Good point.
It was in a story.
Oh,
She had a lot of hands.
I see.
Just as the reference goes over everybody's head.
There we go.
So yes,
Yeah, no, totally did.
yeah, it's a One Piece reference.
Oh, I've never watched one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Before your guys' time. Oh well.
It's also really fucking long.
True. But weirdly enough, the standing cast, like the main cast, has been around for like the last 600 episodes, from what I remember.
Shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, it hasn't
I think
changed too. The main cast hasn't changed too much. It's been all the side characters that have been fucking revolving door style coming in and out. Anyway, the actual session at hand. So, the captain and the person who was up in the crow's nest has been taken care of. How you guys like to go forward?
All right. I told you I had it.
Kari up, and he's gonna point to his exposed entrails.
You
Is
look
that
like
what you call-
In my defense, I am a little rusty. It's been a little bit, but look what happened. I got one good hit on him, and he was down. It's fine. See?
Yes, and we have his first mate. I don't know sea lingo, and he's gonna gently put down the other individual.
Well, this is simple then. Tie him up.
Gee, when the fuck did Kari become this fucking Jesus?
He's the, he
yeah,
beat the captain. He is the captain now.
Yep.
Speaking of which, the captain's pointed, like feathered hat is now lying on the deck.
I'm damn well gonna pick that hat up.
I thought you might.
Oh, good old Karya.
There once was a ship that went to sea.
Are you a whaling ship now?
The captain
No.
is alive, correct?
Yeah,
Captain
they're both
is in
alive.
fact alive.
But yeah,
Probably going to regret it.
Should
Yeah,
we
can-
tie it up as well, or should we leave him?
Oh,
Isaki will grab some of his rope and he will begin to tie them both up. Essentially,
excellent.
like Odysseus style, he's gonna tie them to the fuck. What is the pole that holds the mast? If it hasn't.
Oh,
The-
the
The main mast.
main
Yeah,
master.
Yeah, the main mast. He's gonna do it like Odysseus style and do that to him.
Isaki, question.
Mm-hmm.
I've met some people. You're very earth friendly. Any chance you might be able to form some stone cuffs?
Huh. I don't know if out of the character. I don't know if Mold Earth can really do that.
Mold Earth can't really work on solid stone.
Darn.
If you
The
had something
best
shaped
I could,
stone, you could do it.
the best I could. Shoot, yeah, that's out of my pay grade for now.
Darn.
The best I can do is earthbind them.
And so you can, if you have a target an area of loose earth, that's our first aspect. You can cause shapes, colors, or both to appear on dirt or stone, spelling out words, creating images, or shaping patterns. If the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you can cause it to become difficult terrain. Cast a spell multiple times. You can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active in the time. If you can find yourself some solid stone, I would permit you to not necessarily make solid stone cuffs, but you can make sort of like a sort of magically made restraints out of packed earth with stone in it.
In that case, Isaki will look at Mallory and say, Mallory, you like the...
Sorry, what? You cut off there. Hello?
Hello?
You like the
Hello?
blank.
No, is Peppy dying?
Sorry, I got fucking called by someone. Could Isaki's gonna say, Mallory, you like sand? Could you go find me maybe a few stones and a little bit of sand on the beach for me?
Okay. And he just runs off the.
Wow, that was easy. I thought I had to coerce him.
I think Mallory's just gonna go to the. Oh, never mind. Don't look at that. Mallory's gonna go to the beach and
Stab it.
stab it, and he missed.
Just it's just gonna like threaten the beach at knife point. Just like, give me your stones.
Oh man, okay, man, I'm sorry. Fucking...
Don't bug me. And then it's like just like fumbles the knife,
Just-
and then the beach picks up the knife and points it back.
Quite literally, Caligula challenging Poseidon to war and
Yep.
stabbing the ocean.
No, the I'm assuming that dagger is sort of like dig up stones in the beach.
I clicked it purely by accident.
Ah, okay. Coral, for his part, is going to go follow Mallory.
Yeah, Mallory is just going to fill his bag with sand. He didn't really think about it. He didn't think about all the other items he had in his bag
Oh
or
God.
anything. He's filling it with sand and picking up a lot of little rocks and pebbles
Mallory,
and stones
Mallory.
on the way.
Mallory,
Yeah,
all your food and clothes.
I can dust them off.
There's the this sort of echoey, like almost wind-like sigh in the back of your mind.
It's no biggie.
You're not supposed to eat sand, Mallory.
I can dust it off.
Okay, okay.
He once he's filled up the bag to completion, he's gonna just swing it over his shoulder, a little bit, swaying over to one side due to the increased weight. But
There's a slightly stabilizing pressure if you'll come out like from under the bag, as you then see that we call it Coral has projected a mage hand, which is helping hold the bag up a little bit and give you a bit more stability.
he's gonna look over to Coral and give a small nod and say thank you, and proceed to walk back to
You get
the ship.
you get a simple nod back, his ever smiling face staring back at you.
Wonderful.
The ever malicious smile.
This is your
Standing
robot.
there.
This is your robot friend. This is a threat.
This is... He has killed many a people.
He has.
Wait, huh?
He's killed lots of people. You just don't know yet.
Coral's like, I have committed several war crimes within the time of my creation.
Oh, he's very old. Yes. Mallory and Coral return to the ship, now with a backpack full of sand,
Among other things.
among other things. there should be enough material there to work with to make something that should be semi-stable for like the next hour or so. Your magic can only hold it together for that long before you have to reapply it.
Okay, I'll begin painstakingly starting with that process.
Okay. Eventually, you have them bound to the main mast. How would you like to go forward from here?
Well, he's gonna look at Dexter, Karya, if he's there, and Mallory, and also Coral because he's a friend AI or friend bot, whatever the friend computer, whatever the fuck. So, any of you have any experience with commanding a ship?
I was around for it.
Not in the slightest.
Coral just kind of shakes his head and goes, "I prefer to walk."
The Chad Coral versus the Virgin Mortals who have to get boats. Okay, so you're telling me we just commandeer the ship, and none of us know how to use it.
Well, why do you think I kept these two around, Isaki?
Yes,
but Coral says, yes, indentured servitude. Hey, Taylor, old as time. My creators kept us indentured for a long time before we developed our intelligence. They're not around anymore.
What did you do to your creators, Coral?
Did he ask that in character?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. Huh. Well, so that might be a smart idea. What makes you think they're inclined to actually, uphold the end of the bargain, I guess you could say?
They're absolutely not. Kara will kind of stop for a moment, but then he'll kind of glance and give a shrug. But they're definitely going to want revenge, and the best part about revenge is that means that they will try and work with us for just long enough for us to figure out how we handle this ship. Or at the very least, we get to the next port, then we hire some people who'll actually do the job.
What if we attempt to hire someone here?
Well, I'm sure that'd be a great idea, but we don't need pirates. We probably want actual sailors.
There are more than simply pirates at this port.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so exactly what Coral said. So, what if we go, look around, maybe find a somewhat trustworthy person that can man this thing, and then we go on our merry way?
I think I'd much prefer trusting those.
What did you say, Dexter?
Much rather trust those in the group.
In commanding the vessel? The problem is that none of us can command the vessel.
Well, I can kind of steer.
You will require people to man the sails, the deck below, someone to pilot, someone to navigate, more than likely someone to handle supplies.
I was actually going to say, about how many people would it take to man the ship again? I didn't remember if just how many we're expecting.
I would say there's 5 of us, but I don't know where Lemucia's cue the barrel in the water screaming again.
Yep.
Anyway, someone should really put that thing on board. It's kind of scary. It's kind of what's the word? I don't know, but I think we should bring that on board. Maybe there's something interesting inside of it.
A sloop like this, I would estimate, as Coral glances back and forth and says, will require, at the very minimum, 10 people.
And we are 6. Plus them, 8.
I would recommend, at the very least, someone hiring additional parties that can handle supplies, a navigator, if none of you can navigate, who can read charts, I could potentially fill that role, though I have yet to familiarize myself with the topography here.
I was actually recommend. Would you be more interested in fulfilling the role of keeping track of our resources?
I could be quartermaster. Additionally, I would recommend having a cook. I do not require food, but all of you do, and I am told that nutrition at sea is quite important.
I could potentially handle that part.
Then all you require is a few more hands to work things like the anchor and the sails.
I've been out in the wild. I can chop stuff up.
Additionally, having someone with good vision in the crow's nest would be a good idea. But
I was about to say, who has the best perception here? I think that, funny enough, might actually be me.
thing is, you can only fill so many roles. You can even just navigator, even just being like add a character, even just being a navigator. If you're going to captain the ship and be at the helm, you're gonna have to have someone else doing the navigating.
That is a good point.
Let's see who had. I think weirdly enough, Miar might have had the best perception.
Damn it!
I have good insight, but
You can tell if those waves are lying to us. That'll be good. You know, actually, funny enough. Okay, does anyone have a perception higher than 12?
Mine is on 12.
mine is a +3.
Okay, so mine is also a +3. The only reason I ask is because
What were we asking for?
I was just looking. Funny enough, Vair has a perception of 12.
What are we wondering though?
Who's gonna be in the crow's nest? Who has the best perception?
Oh my god! I think that's Isaki. I have a
It should
+6.
be. Yeah, you.
I got better than Miar. Yeah. So you get to look at you get to look at the ocean the entire time if you do take that job. Then again, if you
Hey, at least you get a
Yeah.
beautiful view.
I would say being a navigator requires proficiency with cartographer's tools.
There's navigator tools as well.
There's navigator. Oh, right, there is.
Tons of tools, but
There's also the
none that you-
there's always the possibility of learning that proficiency at some point, but for now, yeah. If actually, yeah. Yeah, anybody who wants to be cook would need proficiency with cook's tools.
I thought you probably could as well. But in that
I
case, yeah,
will check
I'll
my...
have to first.
Mm-hmm. It seems we are at a it seems
Sorry, go
we are it seems we are lacking somewhat in the skilled labor department.
I have alchemist supplies, calligrapher's tools, tinkerer's tools, and thieves' tools.
Somewhere in there are cooking tools.
Alchemy's kind of like cooking if you
I
want
was
to
about
die.
to say, yeah, if we wanna go old-fashioned medicine with it, yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna be eating molecular gastronomy every night like nerds.
Funny you mentioned that. In one of my Shadowrun games, or I believe it was our Finnish shaman. I told you about my Finnish friend. No. It was an orc. He was the explosives expert. And he specifically put skill points because he wanted a hobby on the side. He built this character to be a complete scatterbrain who was pursuing all different skills in different directions. He specifically bought ranks in the skill like molecular gastronomy so that he could make stuff like that. Like they had someone in the group who was the designated cook. He was this very proud Italian satyr who was all about like cooking large batches of food well, using actual meat, that kind of thing. And there's this guy over here making molecular gastronomy as a side hobby because it kind of links in part-wise with cooking explosives.
I have
Also-
an idea.
I wanted to give a quick heads up. I will have to leave around 6:30,
How-
6:40.
When is that like an hour or where's that?
That's like soon-ish.
Oh,
Just because
in
I
like in like 10 minutes or
Yeah,
Like,
10, 20
10 to
minutes.
20-ish minutes because I have work at 4.
that
4
is
a.m.
fair enough. We'll be wrapping up soon then. It has been about 3.5 hours, so that's like we shoot between 3 and 4 hours for a session. So so Coral recaps. We have someone willing to helm the ship. We have what it seems we need is labor to man the ship and skilled folks or skilled people to cook, navigate, and spot for the group or for the ship.
What if we recruit the Turtle Brothers guys?
I was actually
I thought about that, but would we be able to convince them to leave their little paradise?
We can try, and that's the most
actually-
important.
Question also is, do they have the skills you guys need?
That is also true.
which I kind of doubt they do.
I mean, I think they could probably cook.
Yeah, they're the Teenage Ninja Turtles. Of course they could
They can make great pizza.
Yeah.
That's true. They can cook.
Good cooks.
I mean, we can just live up pizza, like different flavors of pizza every night.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, keep that in mind for next session. As next session we will pick up, it seems, with having interviews and tryouts for potential crew members for your new ship. Also,
That's true.
think about a ship name.
That's
That-
the point.
No, I'm just worried about when the captain and his crewmate leaves.
Well, see,
Well,
that's
We'll
funny
handle that
enough,
when it happens.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I forgot about Christelle, who may or may not be helpful, and also we have Vair, who can also be a crewmate in some capacity. So we actually
Wrap a little
have
bandana around his head.
exactly. We actually have 8 people, so we really only need 2.
Does my little friend know anything? If I were to ask him?
What about manning a ship?
Mhm.
The only stuff he knows about is alchemy, and he knows a lot about alchemy, but not much about anything else.
Got
Everything he's experienced is through you.
you. Got you.
I wonder for Emily as well.
Emily, unfortunately, did not spend time as a sailor. She was a noble child raised in a noble house.
Of course.
I also find it hilarious how I kind of looked like a crazy man earlier with poor Mallory.
Mhm.
No, fucking, this whole situation sounds like we're gonna meet a new fucking player character soon. Not gonna lie.
Maybe. It depends.
I actually have a-
Actually, that was a question I've been meaning to ask you guys. Would you be open to me looking for someone to fill the 6th slot?
Yeah, I'm totally down for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have a friend that I could ask if
Sure.
you have
Which one?
Yeah, you have my permission. Absolutely. If you can vouch for them, absolutely.
Corbin, which one?
Jakey boy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That sounds enthusiastic. I'm excited.
All right, I can ask him on tomorrow when I pick him up for game.
Sure.
We'll ask him first and see if he can make it. If not, I can ask some people.
Yeah, as well. I
Yeah.
can as well. I have a few in mind.
Yeah, there's another thing I do want to bring up shortly.
Yes.
But I'll do that once I've ended the stream. So,
Okay.
For that time being, that's where we're going to leave off. Thank you, everybody, for turning out. That was I mean, it's not a super eventful session, but still, I had some fun. I think others did too.
I mean, I thought it was fun. I
I
mean,
thought
like,
it
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 was
was-
very
we had
enjoyable.
some nice character interactions, and we fucking
You guys
just
got
fucking-
yourselves a fucking boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're fuck. Look at us being some Buccaneers, boys.
So yeah, with that, I thank you all for coming and playing, and I thank everybody who showed up from chat. With that, I believe, yeah. I'm gonna kill the music real quick because it has served its purpose. Now you die.
Oh, but it had a family.
No.
The family.
It had a family. Now the family no longer has it. So, thank you all very much for showing up. With that, I'm going to. Should we raid? Should we raid out? I don't know if we should raid out, honestly.
Raid, 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 raid.
Raid. Okay. Let's find
Shadow
someone. No. Get that shit
Yes.
out of here. Go.
No.
Now.
Yes, please.
Cease.
I'll take my smooth $20 from Raid Shadow Legends to say their name.
Oh,
Oh
wonderful.
no.
You know what? I'm gonna throw you guys at. That's funny enough because they're sitting in chat right now. I'm gonna throw you guys at Displacer Cat, who has been a very lovely and very supportive person. I intend to collab with them, possibly tomorrow. Who knows? They're very nice. They are trans. They are also they're a Displacer Cat VTuber, and they've just overall been very, very nice and showed up in chat multiple times while I've been playing. And yeah, what can I say? I think they might be friend material. Who knows?
Wow, friends.
When?
You're very friend shaped.
Yes, the tentacles, especially. So yes, they are playing League of Legends. I think they're doing it with a couple friends. Yes, it looks like
Never
that.
mind.
So, wow, okay.
League of Legends, never mind.
We can go and we can convince them to give up their toxic ways.
And they'll play Pokemon Unite instead.
Yes.
No, Genjin Impact.
No, Raid Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends. With that, the raid has started. I
Shadow
will
Legend.
very soon throw you guys over there. For that, thank you guys very much. I will see you guys whenever I stream, as well as, of course, on Saturday when the next session happens.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
when we were going to have pirate tryouts, and hopefully have the fairy around. You know, he's been stewing around somewhere.
He's on the boat in a barrel right now.
Mhm. Yes, just distant high-pitched screaming. Oh, while his pixie familiar cackles at him.
Yeah, she's like staying on top of the barrel
Just
as it bobs up and down.
for that, oh, wait, I want to make sure because fucking rating is weird. I'm gonna go ahead and open my own version so I'm there immediately rather than having to worry. With that, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
See ya.
And with that, I kill the stream.
I sent Julian a message saying, so you're now on the barrel, and we got a ship.